Hello everybody and welcome back to the Brink for another week as we bring you everybody's favourite podcast where people yawn at the beginning because they're bored already. Her name is Mallory Forster and she's with us now. Hello Mallory.
Hello Ben.
How are you going, sleepyhead?
I am sleepy. I'm not bored by you.
Aw, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Ben is looking at this bottle of Gatorade like he doesn't know what a bottle of Gatorade is.
I know what a bottle of Gatorade is. My problem is that it's leaking. And my second problem is I was trying to look to see if it had an expiry date because it's been sitting in the cupboard for a good, like, 6 months.
It's not good.
Let's have a sip of it. Are you sure about that? This before 10th of October. It's my mum's birthday. 2018. Would you like a sip of this? She's getting up. She's worried about this. I'm just going to wipe a bit of it on her shirt behind her. What's that taste like to you?
Tastes like blue Gatorade.
Tastes like blue Gatorade. Now you go crazy for this shit, don't you?
Gatorade?
Blue Gatorade.
No. Blue or red? It does taste a little funny.
Kind of tastes like off apple.
No, it tastes like blue Gatorade.
Tastes like blue Gatorade. I'm not sure if I'm a fan. I like Powerade. It's nice.
Powerade's expensive.
Anyway, so it's Gatorade. But are we ready to go, like, do sporty shit now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How's your week been?
Good.
Good.
I'm trying to think of what I did. I've applied for a lot of jobs.
You have. We both have. You attended your very first international rugby match.
I did. Ireland lost.
To which you were going for Ireland. Now, why would you go for Ireland?
Because Gerard Butler's hot?
Gerard Butler's Scottish.
No, dang it.
Wow. I'm your boyfriend.
They have funny accents?
I'm your boyfriend who's meant to be hot and have funny accents, but that's not enough to go for Australia.
No.
Wow, that hurts.
I wanted to cheer for Ireland. I felt bad for them being in Australia, but they lost.
You felt bad for Ireland being in Australia?
Yeah.
Because they travelled to play a game of rugby?
Because they didn't have as many supporters.
So if, I don't know, the USA came out here to play Australia? No. Well, then they've travelled a long way. And they
Too bad. They don't deserve us.
Mexico? Would you feel sorry for Mexico?
I'd think about it.
Guatemala?
Think about it.
Think about it. Speaking of random countries that you've never heard of, are you excited for the World Cup that's starting this week?
You are.
I'm very excited. And who are you going for? Ireland's not in the World Cup. Neither Scotland. Where are the other hot men from?
Australia.
Yay! She guessed it correctly. But you are also allowed to go for Germany.
Germans are scary.
Why are Germans? That's racist. Why are Germans scary?
Their language is angry.
I love their language.
It's angry.
Angry language. I was about to say.
Angrage.
There was something else. What else happened during the week? I feel like there's something else. You've been going to plenty of AFL games.
Yes.
You've now
not that I get to watch any of them, but I go to them.
Officially seen more Brisbane Lions games than I have. Which I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. But you're on the Brisbane bandwagon or the Gold Coast Suns bandwagon since you get to see so many of the games? No. No one's on the Gold Coast Suns bandwagon. But you're learning all the songs.
Yeah, I like the Brisbane song. It always gets stuck in my head.
Can you sing it for me?
We are the Lions, the Brisbane Lions. No, we're the pride of Brisbane town.
And we're blue. And what about the Gold Coast song?
No.
I don't even think the players from the Gold Coast know their song. They never hear it. So
no, I don't.
It's we are the sons of the Gold Coast sky. We are the sons of we are the mighty Gold Coast Suns. We try to bring the flag for you.
I don't know if this song is terrible because you're singing it terribly or if it's just a terrible song.
Oh, I feel the urge to like find it now and actually play it because I feel like even there's no such thing as Gold Coast supporters, but I feel like they never hear it. I mean, I can't talk. I go for a team that we never hear our song either. You don't even know the Carlton song.
No, I don't know the
Carlton song. You've never heard it. I mean, the time when they won, this is a Gold Coast song. You know it?
No.
You're about to tell me to turn it down, aren't you?
We are the sons
catchy? No? Red, gold and blue?
I like the Brisbane song.
No, you like this song. Hang on.
I like this song. The Frio song.
We found one person in this country that likes it. Sing it. We are the Frio Dockers. Why does it come up with Hawthorne on here? The worst song. This is maybe one of the worst songs. This is such a boring song. It has like 3 lyrics to it. You lived in this city.
Adelaide! No. Port Adelaide!
Yes. Just listen to how boring it is with the lyrics. Very original. She's looking at me funny.
I like the Brisbane song. And the Frio song.
Never stop till we're top actual lyrics. Anyway, but no teams, like, what would the Vancouver Canucks song be? We are the Canucks and we really suck. I wonder if I type that in, what do you think would come up?
No.
Vancouver Canucks. Oh, there's a goal song. What is the goal song of the Vancouver Canucks? What do you think it is?
I don't know.
It's Vancouver Canucks Goal Horn Holiday. I don't know what this is going to happen here. Oh no, it's an ad. Do you want to buy an Isuzu Ute? They're moving out.
No. Oh, I love that commercial. The parents move out and leave the kids at home. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's we're just rating ads now. So we're ready for this? I'm excited. Maybe. Oh, that's just the horn.
Yep. I think that's all you're going to get.
It's just saying goal. Oh, just Holiday by Green Day. That's alright, I guess. It's a good song. Is that because all the players go on a holiday because they never play in the playoffs?
That's really rude.
When was the last time they made the playoffs?
Against the Bruins.
No, not the finals, just the playoffs in general.
Oh, I don't know.
No? Anyway, I don't even know what some of the other ones are. There's a goal song from 2010 to 2011. Anyway, do you miss the Canucks at all? Like learning that thing?
Yes, I miss.
Why is that a dumb question? You're giving me a look. You're like, Ben, what question is that? There's some Gatorade.
Really
Shut up. Answer the
question. I miss the Sedin brothers. I miss hanging out with them all the time. Like, that's what it sounded like. Like, no, I don't know. I miss hockey. No, I don't miss hockey. I don't really care.
I miss them.
They showed it here. We watched some games. Yeah.
We have another Canadian on this episode. He talks about the Stanley Cup. Are you happy that Washington won, or you don't give a shit? Yeah. Did you want Vegas to win, did you?
I wanted Vegas to win more than I wanted Washington to win, but at the same time, like, it's cool that Washington won, considering that they've never won before.
And an Australian won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Which is...
I was telling my coworkers all about that at the Lions game the other night.
I'm telling it all about that way.
I was.
All about that. Alright, well, that's fun. We're going to come back a little bit after with you, a little bit later, and we're going to learn some things about each other, because it's going to be fun. What do you reckon?
I reckon it'll be fun.
I reckon you are reckoning right. It's been some time since we've had this guy on the show. That's because Canada hasn't really been interested. Well, actually, no, Canada's been covered by somebody else on the show, so we haven't really had to focus on the actual people in the actual country. Anyway, it's Colin here. Hello, Colin. Welcome back to The Brink.
Hello, I'm now your second choice for Canadian on the show.
You're my favourite Canadian male, so there's that. I'm not friends with Wayne Gretzky, so that's...
A couple of steps above Ryan Gosling.
Well, a couple, God, more like 500 skyscrapers full. My God, no. But welcome back. I guess the main topic of conversation right now for Canada, the Stanley Cup Finals, which again featured no Canadian teams. But the Washington Capitals have finally come through to break the drought. Congratulations, Washington. Nathan Walker, an Australian, has a Stanley Cup ring. Ovechkin finally has his Stanley Cup. What else is there? The city of Washington. It's a good day to be a Capitals fan, which neither of us are.
I actually am a Capitals fan, but I'll say I'm different from most hockey fans in that when my team loses, I decide to root for the team that beat them. And this is the funny thing, because the Canadian team that made it the furthest were the Winnipeg Jets this year. And I noticed, like, Winnipeg is actually known, like, our license plate even says friendly Manitoba. I've learned we're anything but. Basically, if Winnipeggers lose, they just start blaming the world and throwing out conspiracy theories and stuff like that. And the amount of Winnipeggers that have basically said, oh, because Las Vegas beat Winnipeg, then I'm going to cheer for Washington. Which is like the exact opposite of what I normally do, because I want the team that beat my team to be the best team. So it just seems bizarre to me that like so many people in Winnipeg especially are like, Las Vegas, so I don't want them to win. I want Washington to win because, you know, Vegas beat us. I'm like, so you want to lose to the worst team is what you're saying. And this has always been my thinking. So, like, the last 3 years, I basically have 3 teams. I'm sorry, Winnipeg will be my 4th team. My home team's my 4th team. I have 3 teams that I've always, like, grown up loving in the NHL. There's the Toronto Maple Leafs, the New York Islanders, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. And the last 3 years, Washington has knocked out the Toronto Maple Leafs, the New York Islanders, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. So, by default, if those teams aren't in there, I cheer for Washington.
Which I'm kind of on the same page as your Winnipegians that generally if a team knocks out my team, I'm shitty. I still haven't forgiven the Tampa Bay Lightning for 2004, so get fucked. But yeah, I mean, it was an interesting fight as the fact that I was glad that it was 2 teams that had never won it before. And obviously, you know, Las Vegas in their first season. So, I mean, it was whoever won was always going to be a great story. You know, you're going to have Washington breaking their drought, or you're going to have Vegas in their very first season doing it. Which, has any side ever won it? I mean, given, besides the first ever season, which doesn't count, like, has any technically didn't Colorado win it in their first season when they relocated?
Well, yeah, I guess based on being a relocated team, yeah. Because they were lost in the first round as the Nordiques, and then they won the Stanley Cup the next year as Colorado. But for an expansion team, no expansion team's ever even made the playoffs, at least since, like, I guess the expansion era from, like, San Jose Sharks on. So that's, like, 1991, 1992 on. Nobody's even made the playoffs in their first year, let alone make the Stanley Cup Finals. The only time I think this ever happened was during the original expansion when they introduced new teams in, like, the late 60s. And St. Louis made the Stanley Cup Finals in their first year, but it was kind of a weird scenario where, you know, all the expansion teams were their own conference, so one was always going to make it.
Which is fascinating to think, because I know that the Vegas were kind of made up of a lot of, you know, players that were cut and looked over and, you know, kind of formed this sort of team of people who were just, you know, never given a chance, and here they are doing very well. And kind of the last time it's happened here in Australia, like in the AFL, like we had 2 new teams. We had a team in 2011, the Gold Coast Suns, and then GWS came in 2012. And it's kind of the opposite here, at least in our sports. That, I mean, for at least the first like 2 or 3 years, GWS were like getting thrashed every game or on the bottom of the ladder, and it's now only now that they're kind of a team that's good and can, you know, easily has one of the best lists in the league. Gold Coast Suns, well, they're still on the bottom of the ladder getting thrashed. They just haven't, you know, improved at all since they came into the league. But, I mean, is that just how it works for North American sports, that you get more concessions of these players and it's not just based on young players like it is here, and you kind of can get these big stars straight away?
Yeah, well, I guess all other times where they did expansion drafts, there's been multiple teams. So it's another funny thing that, like, Winnipeggers especially, because our team lost, we just, you know, start coming up with all these blaming everybody in the world for it. And the amount of people I've heard say, oh, well, Las Vegas, it's not fair because they got their pick of the best players. I'm like, no, they didn't. They got their pick of all the players that the other teams didn't want to protect and saw no value in. And then other people saying, oh, well, they have all this money to spend. It's like, no, they don't. They have the same amount as everybody else to spend. But the way that it worked this time, I guess, not having that competition where you could pick one player, I guess you could ideally get, like, the best possible team. Whereas in years before, like, I think there was the year where Ottawa and Tampa Bay might have been, like, the 2 teams where they both came in the same year. They're fighting each other for, you know, each team. So if you're going to pick a player from Pittsburgh, you have to fight with the other city. And it being this one team that got to pick, I mean, I guess they kind of got to make up whatever they want, but it is a team of misfits. It's not like anybody here was valued. Like, I guess the big star, you know, Fleury, who's the goalie, who won the Stanley Cup for Pittsburgh Penguins 2 years ago, And then last year, because he was having bad playoffs, they pulled him. And then they're like, oh, well, let's let him go if we're going to let one of our goalies go. And that basically, I think, is what led to Las Vegas making it all the way to the finals. Las Vegas got really clever, though, because they didn't just take the obvious players, and they also took some players they knew they could trade later on to get somebody bigger. Like, it's so funny if you look at the whole story, which is way too complicated to go over in less than 6 hours. The whole story of how Vegas managed to get this team to the Stanley Cup Finals, they basically played it like they were at a poker table in Vegas.
Which is, I mean, the thing too, which I've seen though, is that they've really adopted the team. Like, a lot of people, I remember when they first announced it, they were like, well, they're not going to have any supporters. It's just going to be, you know, people from Chicago going there on a business trip to watch the Blackhawks play. And it's going to be like fly-in players. It's a similar thing to the Gold Coast, like where I am right now. It's kind of, it's more of a tourist destination, and it's not really well supported here. Whereas, like, yeah, I've seen footage of these games and, like, their amazing introductions that they do, you know, with their over-the-top shows. I saw the one they did with the Jets where they've got, like, a plane and they're, like, chopping a plane in half. Yeah. And, you know, and I saw when we were in Perth recently, we went to 2 Australian hockey games when we were on our travels, one in Melbourne, one in Perth. And in Perth, there were people wearing Vegas Golden Knights jerseys. And I felt like saying, like, why are you wearing, like, they're new. Like, how do you get rid of your other team and go, hey, I'm going to go for Vegas? And it seems as though the city has really adopted, which I think is quite interesting.
Yeah, because the only professional sports team that they ever had before was in the 1 year XFL, which I don't know if you remember that very well, where Vince McMahon, the owner of the WWE, launched his own football league and gave Vegas a team. And, you know, the funny thing is I watched the 30 for 30 documentary on the XFL, and they spend a lot of time talking about how, more than anything, this meant a lot to Vegas to have a professional sports team back then. And obviously, I mean, even if you watch the Stanley Cup Finals, you still saw lots of, like, Capitals jerseys in the crowd, more than you would have had in other cities. But again, this is a city in their first year, and it is Vegas. It is a lot of casinos and stuff like that, and you are going to get a lot of tourists. But in comparison, like, the reactions they are getting are huge, not just in Vegas, but even outside of Vegas. And I think it's interesting because I never would have expected that. But when I saw that documentary on the XFL, which was like a year and a half ago, that was right around the time that they were starting to put together the Golden Knights. And I'm like, my original theory was, yeah, they're not going to have any local support. But when I saw that and realized, like, how much this team, the XFL team, meant to Vegas, I'm like, imagine if they have a real team in a real league in a real sport.
Which I really like. I like it, you know, particularly North American model where, you know, you've got so many big cities, you've got so many, you know, states and provinces have multiple cities where you're going to have teams. And, you know, like, I'm from a small city in a small state where if we've got one team in a national competition, we're going to get behind them no matter what. And so I like that. I mean, I guess that's the case in Winnipeg, isn't it? They're kind of your only major team in sort of, you know, obviously not including like your CFL and sort of things like that. But, I mean, I know that Vegas are about to get an NFL team. I think Oakland are relocating there in about 2 years. So they're going to go from having none to 2, which, you know, will be a big thing. But and
the XFL's coming back.
It is, yes. But, I mean, we're also, aren't we only about a week away from getting announced that Seattle are about to be given the 32nd franchise? Yeah. It's all but confirmed, isn't it?
Yeah, which, I mean, it's weird that they didn't, you know, just wait till they could do both at once, not just for the whole draft purpose too, but because we have lopsided conferences now, which is weird that you have, you know, 16 and 15. So, you know, Seattle, that'll at least even it out on both sides. I liked playing the latest NHL game on Xbox, the NHL 2018, I think it was. Where you can do an expansion draft and you could be an expansion team. Like, you come up with your own team and everything, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, we need to have even numbers on each side. So I'm going to make myself the 32nd team. And I made the Saskatoon Trout Sniffers because I wanted to pick a team who will never have a professional franchise and a name that was fitting for Saskatchewan.
Well, I did a similar thing when I had the NBA one 2 years ago, and I made a Montreal NBA team. And, you know, very detailed though. Like, I love how detailed it goes. I'm happy that I like Seattle. I'm a big fan of that city, and I think, you know, arguably they probably do deserve a team, and they're very passionate in that city about their teams. But does Canada always get ripped off again? Like, they get sad that America's getting another team because you've only got 7. I mean, where would you have your 8th team? Would it go to Quebec City again, or where would it go?
Yeah, most of the talk is about Quebec City. I think if we are going to get one, that's going to be the obvious choice. I don't know where else you could put it. Like, that's the thing in Canada is that we have our major cities. I mean, you've been to Winnipeg. I mean, Winnipeg is, it's about 750,000 population, but we're considered one of the small markets. I think Winnipeg and Buffalo are two of the smallest markets in the NHL, and yet Winnipeg is the 5th largest city in all of Canada. So yeah, where are you going to put them? Like Flin Flon, Manitoba?
Well, I think
Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan?
From what I've read is that, like, if Quebec gets one and then they want more, like, it's, maybe another Toronto team or maybe another Montreal team. But I mean, you know what would happen? Toronto would get a second team, they'd win the Stanley Cup in the first year, and the Maple Leafs fans would be like, fuck you! the Stanley Cup is coming back to Toronto. Not the right team, though!
It's going to the Toronto Trout Sniffers? No!
But I'm looking here because it was 46 years, wasn't it, that the Capitals took to win one. So the top 5 droughts right now. So 42 seasons for the Philadelphia Flyers. They last won it in 74-75. Then you have the Vancouver... I really wish Mallory was here to rub this in. The Vancouver Canucks, who have never won it in 47 seasons. The Buffalo Sabres, who have never won it in 47 seasons. The St. Louis Blues, who have never won it in 50 seasons. And the Toronto Maple Leafs, who last won it in 1966, 1967. So, I know you're excused, but come on. It's time.
Yeah, as a Leafs fan, I will use the same excuse everyone. At least they have won one, unlike St. Louis and those others. Plus, if you look at like the longest drought ever, I can't remember if it was Chicago or New York had the longest drought ever. And if you work out the math, one of those two cities went 20 years without winning a Stanley Cup when there were only 6 teams in the whole league. So it's not like Toronto was the worst ever, but I mean, they're due. They're getting there.
Yeah, you're right.
One of these, as soon as they make it to the second round, then the next year they'll make it to the third round. The next year they'll make it to the fourth round, and then the next year they'll win. And by then, well, they'll have the longest drought in history. So I guess it doesn't matter.
The Rangers, 53 seasons it was between 1940 and 1993, 1994.
7 years without winning when there's only a handful of teams.
Well, it's funny because, like, in sort of, it's been a world sport thing recently that a lot of teams have broken these droughts. And the AFL in particular, in the last 2 seasons, we've had 2 teams break droughts. We had the Western Bulldogs, who hadn't won it since, like, 1954. They broke their drought. Then Richmond did it last year. So the 2 longest teams now, I think Melbourne haven't won it since 62, and St Kilda haven't won it since 66. The thing is, if, like, Melbourne won it this year, and St Kilda won it next year, then Carlton officially have the longest drought since 1995. Although a similar thing, there was a team that started in 95 called Fremantle who have never won it. So, at least we would have that. Who's your pick? Call it right now then, Colin Hilding. Who's going to win the Stanley Cup next year? Is it Toronto?
Well, last year I said I guarantee Washington's going to win, and they didn't, but they won this year. So based off this year's prediction where I said I guarantee Tampa Bay's going to win, next year's Tampa Bay.
Boo. No, we don't want that. Just quickly.
You're doing really well in Winnipeg.
Anything else? I mean, you've got the G7 in Canada. Is that exciting for you? Probably not. Don't actually, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. I didn't realise that Canada burnt down the White House, according to Donald Trump. What happened there?
I think that is a real thing, because I remember hearing that even growing up. Like, I don't know if it was the War of 1812 or something like that, or
I don't
know if they burned it down but attacked it.
Well, I read this because there was a headline saying Trump accuses Canada of burning down the White House, and apparently it was actually British soldiers or something did it, and something to do with trying to get to Canada or something. But I just saw the headline that Trump accuses Trudeau of burning down the White House.
Like, it was Trudeau specifically.
And also I saw another thing with the G7 where it's kind of like the bromance between Trudeau and whoever the French president is or something like that. Like, what is going on here? Like, everybody loves Trudeau, and why do the French get? I thought you guys hated the French because your French is better than their French.
I just find it again funny how much everybody loves Trudeau, but you come to Canada, it's like nobody likes the guy.
Anything else exciting in Canada that we've missed in the last 6 months since we've talked about Canada? Quick, fill us in.
Corner Gas, the animated series.
Yes.
Are you familiar with Corner Gas?
Never heard of it.
The biggest Canadian sitcom of all time, and I think the final episode actually had ratings up there with like the Seinfeld finale and the Friends finale, and they just decided to do an animated series. So check out Corner Gas Animated.
All right.
It's not as bad as you would think.
I watched Good Cop, Bon Cop, or Bon Cop, Good Cop, whatever the hell that movie was called.
Yes, Good Cop, Bon Cop.
That movie, that was pretty good.
You're going to have to ask Mallory about Corner Gas then.
Corner Gas. Just like a
Yes.
corner and a gas. Okay,
Yes.
I'll ask that. Have you seen the sequel to Bon Cop, Good Cop?
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I think it came out last year.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for it to go to Netflix.
Right, okay. I just Googled Justin Trudeau and it's the first headline comes up. Trump criticizes Justin Trudeau, says US won't endorse G7 statement. And Donald Trump has tweeted out, bagging out your Prime Minister. Based on Justin's false statements at his news conference and the fact that Canada is charging massive tariffs to our US farmers, workers and companies, I have instructed our US reps not to endorse that word as we look at tariffs on automobiles flooding the US market. PM Justin Trudeau of Canada acted so meek and mild during our G7 meetings, only to give a news conference after I left saying that US tariffs were kind of insulting. Very dishonest and weak. There you go. Donald Trump just called Justin Trudeau dishonest and weak.
You know, I also heard that aside from burning down the White House, that Justin Trudeau is also behind that ham and cheese Donald Trump sandwich that's making its round on the internet.
Justin Trudeau also is responsible for 9/11, for Pearl Harbor, the Oklahoma City bombings, for Watergate.
Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Oh, that was the biggest crime of all. Oh, screw you, Justin Trudeau. Are you excited for the World Cup? Quickly, I know I asked you that about a year ago, but it's starting this week. Colin, who's your team? Come on.
Is Uruguay in it?
Yes, they are.
Then yes, Uruguay. I'm picking it now. I every time there's a World Cup, I'm always like, oh, I should follow this, and then I always forget and get sidetracked by something else like Arrested Development on Netflix or Corner Gas Animated. So this time I will make a point to watch Uruguay in the World Cup.
Well, I go for Germany mainly and then Australia second. So guess who Australia plays in their first game this week? France.
The French.
I know, right? Even more reasons to hate the French, which is actually really funny because on Saturday night, Mallory and I were planning to go see I think the Queensland Symphony Orchestra. We're going to be playing the songs of John Williams. So we're like, oh yeah, we're going to go watch this. Mallory has to work, and then I realise that the soccer's on Saturday night. So I'm probably not going to go watch the symphony. And plus, also I'm poor, so it's kind of soccer's free, symphony costs money. I'm going to watch the soccer. Yeah, all right. Well, I don't know anything else to talk about right now. Unless you want to mention anything, I think we can end it right.
Sure, let's end it.
All right. Well, thank you, Colin, and go the Las Vegas trout sniffers.
And go Uruguay, trout sniffers.
It's another week where we get to talk about all things to do with New Zealand with everybody's favourite New Zealander, Nick Chester. Hello, Nick. Welcome back to the Bronk.
Yes, it's been a while, has it? I don't know. Can't remember.
2 weeks. But that's a while in New Zealand terms because I don't know why. There's probably not a whole lot to talk about, but something happened with the All Blacks, did it? Did they win? Did they lose? I don't know what's going on with the All Blacks. What happened to the All Blacks, Nick?
Yeah, well, kind of like the whole country stops to watch the All Blacks, I suppose. So we had our first All Blacks game of the year against France last night at Eden Park, which is, the All Blacks haven't lost to Eden Park in like 30 years or something, I don't know. But yeah, and they were losing at half time. So it was, I think it was like 11-8 at half time, and then came back and we won 52-11 or something. It was a bit of a high-down in the second half, and it sounds like it was a pretty controversial call from the referee that kind of started the points rolling in our direction. But hey, you take it when you can. So I guess that's the exciting news. We've also got our Prime Minister about to take her maternity leave, so we've got incoming Prime Minister Winston Peters, which will be fun.
Well, I know you've discussed a little bit about
him.
It's all happening. We had the Wallabies played also their first game against Ireland, a game which I was going to because it was here in Brisbane, but sadly at the end I didn't end up going to. I've never been to a Wallabies game, and I think we just hung on to beat Ireland. 52, whatever you just said, that's a walloping. What happens at half time? Do they just suck on a couple of bits of lamb leg or something like that, and then boom, they're off? Is that how it works?
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I guess the All Blacks are known for being a very a team with very high fitness. So they do tend to kind of, and like everybody, the All Blacks are the best teams. Everybody kind of comes out, with a hiss and a roar at the start of a game trying to beat them, and then they kind of run out of energy, and then the All Blacks just kind of walk over them. And the last quarter tends to be something that happens pretty often with the All Blacks, I have to say. So I mean, it's nice having one team to support that generally wins, I suppose.
Well, I would like to keep this trend of teams within the region up against France, thrashing them, because Australia's first game in the World Cup is against France this week, Nick. So I would be very thrilled if a similar thing happened. So if you can send over some of that good juju across the Tasman Sea up against the French, I'd very much appreciate it.
Well, I mean, the thing with the French football team is that they're either brilliant or awful. There's kind of nothing in the middle. So I have to say they look fairly united at the moment. So that's probably not a sign that bodes well for you guys. But you just never know until that ball is kicked. And football's a funny game. You just never know what might happen. So, yeah, I mean, anything can happen. It's a 90-minute game, and I've seen stranger things in Australia beating France in football, so I wouldn't say it's impossible.
Well, I think you're right with France, because they seem to go up and down every 4 years, don't they? I mean, 98, they were obviously the world champions. 2002, they were out in the first round. 2006, they made the final. 2010, they're out in the first round. 4 years ago, they're in the quarterfinals. So hopefully this means they'll be out in the first round again if trends continue, because I think the thing on Australia's perspective is that we are fairly confident with our group that we might actually make it through. Unlike 4 years ago, where we pretty much didn't even want to show up when we were like with Chile, Spain, and the Netherlands. We've got Denmark, France, and who is our fourth team? I can't even remember. Peru, I think, isn't it? So we've got your people who defeated you out. So we could have very much been in your group had you beaten Peru.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, that would have been pretty funny. Yeah, and I mean, Peru certainly weren't impressive in beating us, but they were pretty clinical. Like, they just got the job done and then moved on. And so yeah, I mean, I certainly wouldn't be counting out Peru. They were pretty good in their qualifying round. I mean, South America is a really hard group to get out of. So yeah, definitely give them a lot of credit. And Denmark are actually quite a solid team as well. So I think probably for Aussie, the hard part's going to be scoring the goals. I think if they can score a few goals against a few kind of quite defensively tight teams, then anything is possible. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a funny one. There's no kind of group of death. There's no it's a very even tournament this time around. It certainly feels that way. I don't know. So it's going to be hard to really kind of know what's going to happen. It's going to take probably the first round of games before you start to get a bit of a feel for who's going to do well and who's not.
I think the thing too for Australia is it's very exciting that the first game at least is in prime time. Like, it's at 8 p.m. on a Saturday night. Like, that, it's going to be huge in terms of viewership and, live sites and all that sort of stuff. So it's perfect timing, I think, in that. But I get very excited for any World Cup, but I think, like you were saying, how it's very even. I mean, we've got a lot of new teams in. We've also got, a lot of the traditional people, like, obviously no Italy, no Netherlands, no USA, people like, teams like that who haven't made it, big shocks with that. And that's opened the door for teams like Iceland to come into it, Panama and teams like that. I mean, how do you go into this watching it, Nick? Obviously, no New Zealand. But I mean, do you have a team that you like watching? I think you've mentioned before you kind of follow England because of your ties with your teams you like, or am I making that up?
Yeah. I mean, so all my family's from England. My mum was the first born out here in New Zealand, so I've got pretty close ties to England. So I tend to follow them, but like any English football fan, I'm pretty jaded these days because they promise a lot and they never deliver. So yeah, I mean, I tend to just kind of like immerse myself as much as I possibly can. A lot of it's on pay TV here, so I don't see a lot of it, but there's actually quite a bit that's going to be on free TV this time around. So I'm really looking forward to. I think the Spain-Portugal game kicks off at 6 a.m. local time here, so I'll be able to just get up and watch the game, have some breakfast. And just enjoy that one. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to be watching as much as I possibly can get away with, and just enjoying it. I mean, I just hope it's a good tournament. I hope there's lots of goals scored. Yeah, I mean, for me, if I'm picking, it's kind of hard to go past it, kind of Germany or Brazil or maybe France. I mean, if I'm picking a potential outsider, it's probably somebody like Belgium. That I just worry that they don't have a lot of kind of experience and the pointy end of competitions like this. Spain, yeah, I guess you can never count out Spain, and Portugal will certainly be feeling a lot more confident after the Euros. But yeah, I mean, are we going to see a real upset here and maybe see one of these outsider teams come through and get to the final, or maybe even win the final? I don't think it's going to be the year for that, but I think probably a lot of the really good teams are going to make it far, and that should make the kind of knockout stages a lot of fun.
It's interesting you're saying about the free-to-air versus the pay-TV mix. This is the very first year for Australians that we have had to essentially pay if you want to see most of it, because generally SBS will show all the games, but I think they're only showing about 16 or 18 of the games. Like, they're showing all the Australia games, like maybe a couple of the sort of the big group matches, and I think they're only showing like one quarterfinal, one semi-final, and the final. So Optus Sport here have done a package where basically I paid $15 and I can see all the games. But it's a weird thing for Australians because we're so used to seeing this for free, but I guess that's the way TV works now. But obviously I'm keeping a very close eye on the Germans. It's kind of my main team, and then obviously I'll watch the Australians along the way. But it's kind of a weird feeling going into this World Cup, because as somebody who goes for Germany, it's kind of, you're always hopeful that, hey, they're going to win it one time, they're going to win it. I finally got to see them win it 4 years ago, so as much as I want to see them again, I don't feel as I'll be as disappointed should they not win it this time around, had we not won it 4 years ago, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying there. I mean, me personally, I'd love to see a team like England or like Belgium, or one of the teams kind of come through and kind of pick that up and win it would be fantastic. But it just doesn't quite feel like that's going to happen this time around. It feels like some of those teams might be there in 4 years, but right now, yeah, I'm just not sure. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to know what to do, but. I guess that when I looked at the draw, I didn't see a lot of luck for any of kind of like the African teams, and the kind of Irans and Saudi Arabias have kind of got shit draws really. So I don't rate their chances of getting through to the knockout stages all that much. So that kind of makes it feel like could be quite a traditional World Cup in that way. But yeah, you just never know what's going to happen. And that's the fun of it, I suppose. It's a bit different from, we get a bit wound up about the Rugby World Cup over here, obviously, but you kind of know who's going to be in the last 8 and the last 4 of a Rugby World Cup as soon as you see the draw, and that's not what football's like. You just never quite know what's going to happen, and that's the huge fun element of it, I suppose. Yeah,
definitely. And it's weird, like, in most sporting circles, I don't generally go for England. I don't kind of like to cheer for them, but football is one of the few sports where I actually have a bit of a soft spot for the English team. So if they were to go through and Germany got eliminated and England made it deep, I'd cheer for them. I mean, I also would like to see Belgium do well. I kind of like the Belgians. I don't want the French to win it, if I'm being honest. I don't want Brazil to win it, or Argentina. I'm just being, a bit of a dick with my preferences for those countries. I don't like the Spanish football team either. And I don't like Cristiano Ronaldo, so no to Portugal either. That's just my bias going towards these teams.
Well, I'd quite like to see, maybe some of those less fancied teams, so like a Peru or a Colombia. It would be quite fun to see them kind of get a couple of lucky breaks and do well.
I would agree with that. I always like seeing a team I'm sure you remember 2002 when essentially everybody got eliminated, and it was, we had South Korea and Turkey making the semi-finals. So, I do like it when we kind of have, tournaments like that where you get that. And I watched a couple of simulation sort of things that people do on YouTube where it's like, oh, I went on to FIFA 18 and, simulated the World Cup. And in one of them, it was like Denmark made it through to the semi-finals or things like that. It's fun to see it, but you never know. I mean, I always like to see how the host nation does. And obviously Russia, they, I think, have never made it out of the group stage as a country, Russia, not the Soviet Union. So, and they've got a fairly interesting group. I feel like they should really make it out of that group. So I mean, I'd like to see Russia do quite well. I think, what is it, South Africa are the only country in the history of the World Cup never to make it out of the group stage at a hosting World Cup, so there's that as well. But you got a lot of returning teams, like Egypt, it's the first time in a long time, Peru, Morocco, these are countries that haven't been in it for a very long time as well, so it almost feels like they're new nations, even though, they have been there before.
And it does feel a little bit throwback, like, even there was a bit of a thing about, we were at the office talking about, one of the girls is not really big into football, so she's like, I'm just going to follow the team that's got the coolest shirt. So she kind of went through and we looked at that Nigeria shirt, which is like a throwback to, I think, like the 1994 shirt or something like that, which was the first time they qualified. And so it kind of feels like a little bit of a throwback World Cup as well, like lots of teams that you haven't seen for a little while. It's just got the feeling of kind of a little bit retro as well, which I kind of like.
Well, I'm going to, right now, you got one opportunity here, Nick, to get this right. Who's winning the World Cup?
Am I making a prediction? I mean, if I am going to make a prediction, I'm probably going to be picking. It's hard to go past Germany, I think. I think you probably are going to pick them. So my head's kind of saying Germany. Like, if I'm going for a team that I would like to see win it, that I actually think has a chance, then I might be interested in Belgium. I was looking at betting odds and things like that, which I never do. But I was actually looking at them this time around, trying to pick one. And the thing I came away the most with is that for I think it was $21 to 1. If you pick on there being more than 6 or more penalty shootouts, that's what you'll get back. So I thought that was pretty good odds. I might go and chuck $10 on that, because that'd be a $200 return if I got that. But in terms of picking a favourite to actually win it, I couldn't go past Germany, and that's not worth putting money on, because I won't get very much back from that. Oh,
well, you probably just jinxed my team now, Nick, so thanks for that. But, it could be the opposite. Maybe you're a lucky charm. Who knows? Anything else in the world or anything you want to talk about before we let you go that we need to talk about, or are we good? Nothing concerning yourself that we need to discuss?
No, I think everything's hunky-dory in New Zealand, so nothing further to report at this stage.
Well, keep it hunky-dory in New Zealand, and we will talk to you when we next talk to you. Thank you for your company once again here on the program.
Lovely. Always nice to talk to you.
Well, it seems to be a trend that we do random quizzes with each other with this one, Mallory, the other Canadian on this episode.
Thanks for clarifying who I am.
Right, the co-host on this episode. And we trivia'd each other on celebrities and arias and things and Vegemite. This week, I thought we would do something a little bit different. This is one where you and I both answer the same question and hope that we know each other.
Oh.
But it's a difficult one, because I've read through some of these, and legitimately, some of these things we've never talked about.
Okay, do I need to write my answers down?
No. So it's 21 questions to test how well you really know your partner. So I'll ask the question, and then we each answer it, and then we've each got to see if we're both like... So the first question, for example, is what is your partner's least favourite body part? So I answer what I think you think yours is, you answer what mine is, and then we both say whether we're right or wrong. She's looking at me.
Okay.
All right, so...
I don't know if I know what my least favourite body part is.
All right, well, what do I think yours is? I don't even know. Again, these are things that we've never really talked about. It's not like we sit
your boobies. Sorry.
Wow. That hurts my feelings. No, I mean, that would be up there. Not that. Don't throw me under the bus. I'm proud of my large intestine. I mean, yeah, I would say...
In all fairness, that was, just a guess and a silly guess.
Well, I mean, are teeth a body part?
Oh, I don't know.
Can I go with my teeth?
Go for it.
Well, I mean, you're wrong. That means, basically... I don't know what yours would be. You're not... I mean, I'm sure you're self-conscious. Everyone is, but you don't come across... Like, you don't seem like you are.
Thank you.
You're very confident, and you hold yourself to a high standard.
Thank you.
Do I? I don't know. I feel like I can answer this wrongly, and you'll be like, no, I like that. What's wrong with that? Well, I mean, I don't know. You seem to be offended when I touch your mole on your face, but I mean, I like your mole on your face.
Just to clarify for the listening audience, I have a mole like right in the middle of my chin that
That's
my
very
grandmother
cute.
tried to scrub off me when I was a child.
Can I say your stomach and not be mean by saying
Yeah,
that?
you'd be right.
Would I? Yeah, I'm winning! Woo!
I complain about my tummy.
Okay. All right. When your partner was a child, well, one of us still is, what did...
Hey.
I was talking about me. What did they want to be when they grew up?
You wanted to be
I wanted to be so many things.
so many things. I know.
This was a question from our top five.
I know that an astronaut is one of the things.
Yeah.
I know that you wanted to be an Olympian.
Still do.
Curling. Go into curling.
I could.
Did you want to be a Formula 1 driver?
Yeah.
How many do I have to get right in order to get this question right?
I mean, I'll
Is
give you
3
a
enough?
point. I think that they work.
What have I missed?
I wanted to be a marine biologist at one point, even though I hate boats. I wanted to be a park
That is
ranger.
really ironic.
A pilot, which is connected to an astronaut. I wanted to be a race car driver, which I guess F1. And I wanted to really be a journalist and a commentator since I was,
I knew
younger.
that, didn't I? That's awkward.
I'm still trying. You've never told me. I don't know. I'm maybe guessing something with animals.
I never had hopes or dreams.
Well, you still don't. So that's why you're with me.
Rude.
Well, that's why you're with me.
That was really rude.
So is there a right answer to that?
Honestly, that's something you'd have to ask my parents because I don't know.
You don't know. All right. So is it 1-1? You keep tally of this. Name a country your partner would love to visit.
Anywhere in Europe.
Give me a specific country. 'Cause I don't-
Germany.
I mean, there are others ahead of that, but sure, we'll go with that.
Slovenia.
I'd love to go to Slovenia. Iceland would probably be my number one in Europe.
Iceland.
But you really want to go to... well, you'd like to go to... You're nearly going to go to France, weren't you? So I'm going to go with France. Yahoo! Do we both get a point each there?
Yes.
Did your partner have a nickname as a child? What was it? What was it? And bonus point, did they like the nickname? Why? I'll be honest with you. I've never really had a nickname.
Oh, good. That was what I was going to say. I don't think
Well, not a nice nickname. I got called plenty of names in high school, but they weren't nice. A girl at Starbucks called me Ben Jemima, which I hated.
like Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, you call me Bennis.
You're not a child anymore.
I've been called... well, Ben, who hasn't been called Benny if your name's Ben, but... I didn't really have one.
Okay.
Wobblyworth? Did you have one? Mal. People call you Mal.
Yes, but that doesn't really count. I had other nicknames.
Foster?
No.
Janet?
No.
MJ?
No.
You don't let me call you MJ.
No.
You never told me this, so... Mally.
Yeah, I get Mally a lot. There was another one. Malgal was what I always got when I was a kid. Sometimes my dad still calls me Malgal. I'm like, aw.
Okay. Well, then do we get a point for that? No. I
don't think you get a point for that.
don't think you do either.
What? I knew that you didn't have any.
You didn't say it, though. I said it before you answered.
But I knew.
Which of your
I'm
partner's
giving myself a point.
aunts or uncles are they closest to? Skip if not applicable.
It's your Auntie Karen, who's your mom's sister, because you guys don't talk to your dad's siblings. Yes.
I mean, we see them at funerals. That's about. We're not.
As I said.
We're not close. And I guess my half aunties and uncles in Sydney, but we talk every couple of years. So yeah, no, you're right. You've got that one who comments on my things.
Oh, that's an interesting choice.
But that's not the right answer. Okay.
I feel like I can't pick a favorite because I feel like I'm going to offend someone.
But I also want to say that she literally tells me every day 50 new friends or family members who I haven't heard of before.
Okay.
So I'm literally going to be there in August, and and Mallory's going to be like, "Oh, this is blah 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 blah." Who I told you blah blah blah. And I was like, "You're the one who Mallory's related to." Yes.
Realistically, if you're just counting aunties and uncles based on my parents' siblings and their spouses, I have 10.
Yeah, I'm screwed. I better remember
if
your
you're-
name half the time.
If you're counting like people who I call aunt and uncle, I have at least 100, I swear.
Do you have... Okay, without naming a name, could you honestly say you have a favourite?
Yes.
Okay, you can tell me off air.
I'm winning. just
What
so you know.
disappointment or rejection from your partner's past still stings? Ooh, that's personal.
Do I know the answer to this question about you?
I mean, you could,
I have a...
you could guess. I mean, there's plenty in my life. I hold on to shit, so...
Yes. True fact. True fact.
I don't know about yours.
I know like 2 that I think I can say for sure.
I know one that I think a recentish one, but it's not one that I would say on air.
Oh, I think I know.
Deodorant can.
Oh no, that was not what I was thinking about at all. That was not what I was thinking about at all. That's awkward.
Oh, what were you thinking that I was thinking of?
Nothing. Nothing. You don't get a point for that because that wasn't
No,
the
now you
answer.
need to give me a clue.
I'll tell you later.
Something related to back home? A person that I'm thinking of?
A person that you're thinking of? Yes.
No.
No. What?
She's giving me a weird look. I don't know.
I'm confused.
All right. We need to note these down if we're going to forget the things we're going to tell each other off. Our listeners are loving this. Oh, they're not giving any details. I don't know then if I...
Okay, the 2 that I was thinking of for you were a certain woman whom we love. And
Do we?
No, we don't. But we pretend we do. If you're listening, I'm sorry.
She's not listening.
The other one, oh no, I lost. Oh, was when you told your friend about that job and your friend beat you by 1 point. Half a point.
Tali, former co-host of the
Yes.
show.
Oh.
Yeah, she knows who she is.
Hi. I couldn't remember your name.
no.
That's really awkward. No, I feel like you brought that up, or you've brought that up enough recently that it was like at the front of my mind. I'm currently winning 5-2, by the way.
That would hurt. I would hold that. But I've got lots. I could delve into the Ben memory bank, which will be here all day. Oh, she's being nice to me.
I'm always nice to you sometimes.
Well, number 7, on the opposite, which of your partner's achievements are they most proud of? You are most proud about meeting me.
Is that an achievement?
Yes, because you've stayed with me for this amount of time so far. You are proud of getting a job and coming to Australia.
Yes, I would say yes to that.
And living here for as long as you have being by yourself and lasting this long. I'm not saying you
I agree.
didn't think you were capable, but it was...
Although I'm broke now and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get home, but I agree.
Well, I mean, eventually our government will find you and probably pay for your flight back home. So there is that. Just live here illegally, and then
As long as I
Malcolm, if you're
can.
listening, in 3 months' time she's got to go home. So please just send her back, pay for a ticket.
Malcolm?
Our Prime Minister.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, all right. Answer for me.
Your journalism degree. Oh, come on.
I mean-
you can't say no to that. I'm totally right.
Believe it or not, people listening, I do have a degree in journalism. I'm not denying I'm not proud of that because I'm the first in my family to ever have a degree.
The Survivor Oz becoming second ever.
I was pretty proud of that. I was pretty proud of a lot of the people that we got on the show. I think I did mention this to you actually only a few days ago. I was pretty proud of when I got the job at the Mercury, beating out the amount of people that I beat out for one job. And it's more of a prized possession, but I achieved it when I got the accreditation for full Formula One media.
Yes. Do I get a point or not?
I'll give you half a point.
Okay. I feel like I need to start writing my points down because I'm starting to forget them.
Yeah.
5.5 to 3.
What's your partner's least favourite housework? Oh, God, this one's easy. Anything that involves cleaning or organising. I'm looking at shit everywhere in my room. And I have to can you clean? Oh, yeah, in a minute. She's just a slob.
What's my least favorite, though? I do have a least favorite, and I know it.
Oh, you don't like washing dishes?
No, that's not it. I do like washing dishes. I don't like drying dishes.
Don't like drying dishes?
That's not the answer, though.
I feel like you have told me this before. Vacuuming.
Yes.
Ah.
I hate vacuuming.
Yeah, I got a point.
I think that's a half point. It took you like 5 different things to get to it.
What's mine?
I think that yours is nitpicking me to clean.
It's my least favourite. I love nitpicking you.
I don't know.
I don't know if I have a specific one. I don't like anything that involves physical labour. I don't like bending over. Like, I hate if I drop something. Oh, I've got to bend over and pick something up.
That's really funny.
Like, I'm weirdly against
That's
bending
not like
over.
housework, no.
But anything physical. I don't like physical labour.
The reason why Ben doesn't throw his clothes on the floor is so that he doesn't have to bend over to pick them up.
True story.
Okay, it's 5.5 to 3.5.
Name 2 of your partner's grandparents. Bonus point, can you name all their grandparents?
Okay. I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
You
don't know their names.
No, I don't know any of their names. Was it Papa or Poppy? Poppy?
Just call him Pop.
Pop? Dang it, I knew it was a Pop something.
Poppy when I was maybe like a little kid, but...
Is your mom's dad. And his wife is Glenda.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Nan and Nan. There's Nan Waterworth.
Nan Waterworth and Nan T. Nan Tolhurst.
Nan T.
Nan Tolhurst, yeah. But you wouldn't be able to know their names.
No, but we like...
Hey, we like both of them.
Both of them very much.
Very much. They're both charming ladies.
Can you name all 4 of mine? Can you name all 5 of mine? All 10 of mine? All 24,000 of mine?
Oh, you just call one Papa. Papa.
Mm-hmm.
And I know his name because we're friends on Facebook. It's not David. It's David Foster, but after like our greatest woodchopper man.
Oh, yeah, I always forget about him. I always think the musician.
Yeah, I couldn't name the others. Mrs. and Mr. Foster and Mr. and Mrs. I've forgotten your mother's maiden name. How? No? Hey, I got one by name. I should get half a point.
No,
I should get a quarter of a point.
So it's 5.5. Wait, do I get any points?
No, because you didn't name...
It's 5.5 to 3 3/4.
Outside of their career, what career? What's something your partner considers themselves naturally talented at? Can we answer this on air?
That's inappropriate.
Welcome to the Brink. Well, I mean, what you're doing right now... You are naturally talented at flirting.
Excuse me?
Okay, can we just establish that about a week ago, she says to me, oh man, I've got a job interview with a man, I wish it was a woman, and I'm like, why does it matter? Oh, because I feel like I'll just flirt. And I'm like, why? Oh, I just feel like I do it. I don't mean to, but I just do it. It makes me feel fantastic.
Okay.
It really does.
I don't mean to.
And then she goes to work wearing a top. Oh, my boobs look great in this. I really like her going to work and knowing that she's just going to flirt with men with the boobs hanging out.
No. You are naturally...
Can you please hold the microphone to your mouth? That's generally how our listeners would like to hear you.
You are naturally good at... My arm's getting tired, okay? Oh, this is wonderful. I got my own microphone stand. It's called Ben's Arm, so that I don't have to hold my arm up holding the microphone. Good times.
You don't get used to this. It's only going to last a certain distance.
See, your arm's getting tired, right?
That's why I wear a headset. She farted.
You are naturally good at podcasting. You are
That's
naturally...
part of my career.
No. What I was going to say was being an organized human.
Yeah, I'll take that. I pride myself on my organisational skills.
This is hurting my chin.
Can you hold it again? It's annoying me. I don't know what your name... I mean, I do, but I can't vouch for everything. She's shaking her head at me. I'm disappointed that you didn't say that for me. Why are you doing this?
Inappropriate.
Oh, no one's listening. Anyway, yeah, did I get a point for flirting? Probably.
No.
All right. What's
6.5 to 3 3/4.
You don't get a point?
Yeah, you said I did.
Okay. What's your partner's favourite smell? Not her
Vanilla.
not my favourite smell.
Oh,
Not your farts.
that's rude.
They
They do smell bad.
really smell bad. Well, I did one tonight. It was pretty.
It
woofy.
was really gross.
This podcast going to shit.
Literally.
You like candles?
That is not a description of a smell.
Well, it's a smell of a candle. You like the smell of that flavour of candle we have here, that apple-y flavour one. No, you like the smell of breakfast. No, you like the
I
smell
don't
of
like the smell of eggs, so I
coffee.
definitely don't like the smell of breakfast.
Favourite smell is coffee. No, I really don't know what your favourite
I
smell
don't
is.
think I have a favorite smell, to be completely honest. That's not something that I've, like, really thought about. I think, like, turkey. I know that's weird, but, like, Thanksgiving and, like, Christmas dinner.
I love the smell of
Pumpkin
women's
pie.
perfume.
That's weird.
No, but like it just, I've told
I
you
think I knew
before.
that. I totally knew that.
I have a thing for perfume.
It is still 6.5 to 3 3/4.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I mean, I have plenty of smells that I like. What's your partner's
Vanilla.
favourite flavour of ice cream?
You should know this. Chocolate is yours. No, vanilla is yours. Vanilla, no, neither. Mint.
Nope.
I
I don't think you're going to get this one.
do
'Cause I
I
have
know
a few,
this?
but I'm going to choose one specifically just to make it tough for you.
Oh, I know what mine is.
You just changed your mind?
I have 2.
Cookies and cream.
No, it's not.
Oh. It's butterscotch.
No,
It's mint.
I don't like butterscotch. Is yours butterscotch?
No, it's mint. It's fucking butterscotch. It's cookies and cream. Chocolate.
No.
Caramel. No, you don't like caramel. Vanilla. No, you don't like vanilla. Well, you like vanilla, but it's
You do not get the point for this. That being said, neither do I.
mine's
'Kay.
white chocolate.
Oh, I could have guessed
But I also do
that.
like
I feel like I should get a half point for chocolate.
I do like the half point. It's no. That's no. What's the one I like? It's like yours is hokey pokey, isn't it?
No.
No, I like the one with the crunchy bits, like the not butterscotch specifically, but there's one with like that crunchy honeycomb bits in it. I think it is like a hokey pokey.
Okay.
And also that splice tub. That's amazing. You know what that is. You have told me, but I can't remember.
Strawberry or tiger?
Tiger. Oh,
Tiger is orange and dark. What is it called? Black licorice.
Jaffa. No, actually,
No.
I knew
You
that.
guys don't have tiger here.
Oh, damn it, I knew that. All right.
It's 6.5 to 3 3/4.
What's a personality trait your partner dislikes about themselves and that they share with a parent? That's very specific.
I don't know.
Well, I think you would know because I do kind of share some aspects of that with my mum. Very down on myself
Oh,
and very
yeah, I
like
could've gotten
worrying
that.
and just overthink. That's me.
That would have been a guess,
But that was very
I
much
don't
like my
think
mum. Yeah.
I would have gotten there right away.
I really don't know. Again, you showed loads of confidence and exuberance about yourself, and I don't know if there's anything. You're very stubborn. I mean, I'm stubborn.
I share that with both my parents, but that was not the thing that I would ever think of as something that
Can I go with like your snappiness and your
No.
grumpiness? That's similar to your. Never mind. I tell me. I don't know.
I'm controlling like my mom.
You're controlling like your mum. You are very demanding. You are very selfish sometimes. She just looked at me. Okay, that makes sense.
6.5 to 3 3/4.
Of all, you're not going to get this one. I don't think I've ever shared this with you, but I know this one. Of all
Oh,
the ways, I don't know this one of you. Sorry, but I know this one for myself.
Oh, I understand.
Of all the ways there are to die, which does your partner fear the most?
Drowning.
Oh, how do you know that? I'll be specific and say anything that involves not being able to breathe. But drowning would be up there. How did you know that?
Because you were scared of waves when you were a child, and it's carried
And
over to
boats.
that. We've talked about this.
And boats.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You just like, yours burning to death.
No.
Drowning.
I don't know what mine would be. Not burning to death.
I mean, you don't really want to choose a lot of these options, but
7.5 to 4. I gave you a quarter point
what
for
type
being you.
what type of music does your partner secretly like, and what's a musical taste they have the most people wouldn't know they enjoy?
Any gay like music.
Everyone who knows me knows that I have a gay music taste. Yours would be country, I feel.
I feel like that's not a secret.
It should be.
You like my country music.
Well,
That's your answer. That's
No.
definitely for you. No?
I don't like country. Like a couple of songs maybe here and there, but, you know.
What's your actual answer?
I don't mind classical music, and I also don't mind some sort of like, not metal, like screamo shit.
I totally knew this once you said that.
But there's
We've
like,
had this conversation.
but there's like that kind of Within Temptation, Evanescence style of hard rock that I don't mind. Actually, no, scrap all that. It's rap, hip hop. I like good rap and hip hop, which I don't think people establish with me because I'm not black,
And because you like really gay music.
and because I also like dance music.
Also, just to clarify, not only black people like rap.
And also to clarify, not only gay people like Madonna. That's a stereotype. It's 2018 offender. What would yours be then?
Oh, I don't know.
No?
I like all kinds of
Justin
music.
Bieber? I like Justin Bieber. I'll admit that.
It is 7.5 to 4.
What does your partner typically look forward to most about the weekend? Yours is working, right?
Making money.
Do I get a point for that?
No.
Oh, come on!
Because my real answer
Sleeping in.
is sleeping in. Not having to work is yours. You really like having weekends off.
I
of
do,
work.
but if I had to choose, I would give the same answer as sleeping
Sleeping
in.
in, really?
You don't get the point.
Dang it. 7.5 to 5.
Who is someone your partner considers to be a mentor or who has been a strong positive influence on their professional development?
Professional development.
I wouldn't even know that one, I don't know.
Oh.
Actually, no.
Okay, I was gonna say your mom until it got to professional development.
No, I could. You wouldn't know this one. I mean, if I had to choose an answer, I would choose a person.
I think that it's... Oh, I know this.
No, you won't.
No,
this.
I know this. It's the guy who worked for the games, who got you the job at the games. Or no, he works... No?
Not my actual name title of mentor from the Mercury. No, sorry, David Killick, if you're ever listening. No.
Professional mentor. I feel like mine might be like...
I'm gonna say one of your managers at McDonald's.
I was gonna say my head manager at McDonald's, maybe. But like, I don't know.
Do I get a half point for that?
I don't know. Sure.
I would go with my journalism teacher from Year 11, Medsy.
Yeah, I never would have known
Tim
that.
Edwin. He was really awesome. But at the Mercury, James Bresnahan, Brez, if you're listening, I like Brez. We had a little bit to do with before I ever worked there. And he's a good reporter and he's a good sports guy. So, yeah, I'll go with that. How did your partner spend their summers as a child? You went to some lake, didn't you? No, that was at Christmas time. On New Year's, you went to a lake. You spent it at Bible camp. You went to a lake. Was I right? The first guess. You hunted moose.
Yes.
And wore Mountie clothes and sung Celine Dion whilst
what all
playing hockey,
Canadians
eating
do
poutine, and
in
apologising.
the summer. We play hockey.
You don't have summer in
in the
Canada. It's a trick
summer.
question.
We do
I get a
summer.
point.
We do have summer.
You totally went to a lake place. Banff. No, you went to that place where the wedding is.
Kelowna?
Kelowna.
I mean, like, we'd go to the lake while we were there.
I don't know. What did you do in summer?
We would go to my grandparents
You
for
went
some
to-
summers.
Is it a lake, right?
It's like kind of near a lake.
Yeah, I got half a point.
That's not worth half a point.
Fuck off. A tenth of a point.
Yeah, and we did summer camps a lot, like day camp.
I said camp.
No, you said Bible camp.
Oh, it's got the word camp in
very
it.
different.
That's like your argument about chocolate. It's got the word
I
chocolate.
didn't give myself half a point for that, so you don't get half a point for it either. You, during the summers when you were a child, hung out in the rumpus room because it was cooler than anywhere else in the house.
I mean, but I won't give you
had
anything
days
for that.
off of school.
I've told you specifically what we did at summer.
Did you? Went camping. No, that's Christmas. No, that's summer. You went camping.
When is summer in Australia? Christmas.
Christmas.
Where did I go
got it
camping?
right. I got it right. In Tasmania. Oh my gosh, I've been there. No, I can do this.
Woolworths.
What?
And the other place is called Woolworths.
Oh, Coles Bay.
There we go.
I get it.
Fine, whatever, shut up.
It's 8.5 to 5.5.
What are your partner's favourite and least favourite aspects of their work? Well, we don't have jobs, so...
That question.
If we're talking about podcasting, what are my favourite and least parts about radio
Your
podcasting?
least favorite part is corralling Josh. Favorite part.
Well, hang on. To be specific, it's not just Josh, it's everyone. It's organising people who don't get back to you. Hello to all of our guests. Loved you over the years. You've been great.
Your favorite part is this part. The recording part, talking to people. I think talking to people in interviews would be your favorite part.
I mean, yes, but I would specifically say my favourite part is I feel I can be myself. I feel like the microphone brings out who I am as a person.
That scares me, but okay.
Why does it scare you? Because I talk and I'm energetic and outgoing?
Yes.
Or that I like to talk to other people that aren't you? Is that what's yes?
I'm saying that I love you and I get 2 points for answering that question.
You don't get 2 points, you get 1. You like working because you like working. So you like going out and doing things. You like interacting with people. You like your workmates. You like making coffee. You don't like standing on your feet all day. You don't like working with people who are too busy doing their latte art and not helping out.
That's not true. Well.
You don't like... I don't know what else you don't like. You don't like not being paid more.
I mean, I get paid a lot here, though.
Yeah, but you don't like work a day a week, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, am I in the ballpark there?
I mean, I'll give you a point.
Yay! I'm good.
Okay, so it's now 9.5 to 6.
Well, I can't win because there's only 2 questions to go. Does your partner consider themselves more like their mother or their father?
Your mom.
Yeah, and you're going to be like your... Oh, actually. Hang on. Well, the full question is, father and mother in terms of personality, in what way?
Oh, in what way?
Well...
Do I have to answer that part? All of them? You're like your mom. We just accept it.
Yeah.
Oh, my farts.
I think you're more like your mum.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've met your dad, so I can't really... But from what I've seen of your mum...
Yeah, I am
see
similar
resemblance
to
in
my
your mother.
dad, but I'm more similar to my mom.
I can see a resemblance in your mother, and that scares me, so...
Thanks. I don't know if you mean that the fact that I'm similar to her, or that the fact that my mom scares you.
Well, figure it out for yourself. Hello, Veronica, if you're listening, I love you. The final question, she's not listening. She tuned out over the stuff earlier on in this episode, which is
Oh,
inappropriate.
it's now 10.5 to 6.
You're winning.
Oh, no, you got a point. 10.5 to 7.
What? I swear I was on 7 before.
No, you weren't.
What purchase, this is the final question, is your partner... What purchase is your partner is... That makes no sense. What purchase is your partner is currently considering what's on their wish list? I say like 50 things a day here, so... Oh, when I've got money,
beer.
I'm going to buy this. Yeah, I'll take it. You want chocolate. Because we couldn't afford chocolate today. We couldn't afford chocolate today.
Actually, chocolate was on sale.
Can you really hold that to
Chocolate was on sale at
Learn, this is where the sound goes
it
into.
was half price for the good stuff at Woolies today, and I was going to get some, but then I forgot.
Okay, so there's scales here. So what did you get?
I got 10.5.
Well, you got a point in the last one, so 11.5.
11.
And what did I get?
3 less than me.
So, okay,
And
so
3.5 less than me.
so if you score between
8.
5 and 9 points, so that's me. Maybe you've only been together a short time. Maybe you don't talk to each other much, or maybe your conversations tend to be a particular type, e.g. you're both in the same profession and mainly talk about work. Ask yourself now, if your personal lives or careers are so demanding that you're not getting a chance to talk and connect, would it be worth bringing more balance to your relationship? Shut up. Whereas yours says, if you score 10 to 15 points, you know your partner pretty well. In what categories do you know them less well? Maybe the two of you haven't talked much about your childhood experiences, or you've or you've
Shared.
She. I swear, there's missing a letter in that word there. Shied.
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 You've shied away.
I got a journalism degree. I swear I do. Oh, you shied. Oh, you shied away from talking about topics related to negative emotions. Angel Lances. It's a big word. It's got
5 letters.
I thought it said shield. Apparently I'm dumb. We need to answer some of these ones off here. All right. Thank you.
I'm crying.
Not the first person to ever listen to the show and say that. Moving on. It's another week of talking about things that happen in the valley that is filled with beaver and cheese and boners. It's Joshua Shoebridge. Hello, Joshua. Welcome back to the show that you helped create. Or don't speak to me. That's fine.
I am speaking.
Oh, hello. We had a bit of lag there. Hi, Josh.
What? Hi, Ben.
How are you, Josh?
I'm good, Ben. It has the lag now.
I don't know why the lag is making you sound a certain direction. How are you sitting there in your jumper of a team that lost to the Sharks by about 500 points about 2 weeks ago?
Go jump off a bridge.
Which one? There's like lots in Brisbane.
A big one.
How are you?
It hasn't got anything soft under. I'm good, man.
You're good. That's good.
I'm good.
Well, it's fun having you on the show. Thanks for joining us. We've covered all the bases. You're good. I'm good. The world is good.
Sorry, Matt Damon, we've run out of time for you.
I like Matt Damon. Just thought I'd share that.
So I actually watched the movie with Matt Damon in it the other night.
What movie did you watch with Matt Damon in it the other night?
Downsized.
Oh, I want to see that movie. It's got Christoph Waltz in it too, doesn't it?
It does, and it's an interesting story.
So that's the one where they shrink people, right, to like live longer or something.
They do. They shrink people to help take like the human footprint off the planet, so the planet can survive. Essentially, it's stopping the population problem, the overpopulation problem, without killing people.
Right. Okay. And
yeah,
was it worth your time to watch it?
It was, because it was interesting. It was. It's not like when I saw the trailer, I thought other things would happen. Like I did not expect the story that I saw.
Right. Okay. Kind of like The Last Jedi.
Don't. Don't. Last Jedi was good.
Oh, go drink another cocktail of bullshit. I watched The Impossible the other night. I enjoyed that. That was pretty good.
I didn't.
Mallory didn't in the background. It was the one on the Boxing Day Tsunami. It's got Ewan McGregor and Naomi Watts and a very young Tom Holland in it, who's a very good actor.
No, I have seen that, and yes, fantastic movie.
It's very confronting.
It is, and that's, I think, movies that are like that can win. To be honest, like you want to see realism in it. You don't want to see like there's a few biopics that I'm looking forward to watching.
There's there's a couple of good ones this year. The Queen one and the Neil Armstrong one. Even can I just point out like Ryan Gosling, just like nothing like Neil Armstrong. They should have cast Will Smith in the role. It would have been closer to accurate. I mean, it's just no.
Yeah, Fresh Prince of Apollo 11, bitch. Yeah, no, one of my favorite movies of all time is Apollo 13.
Same.
And yeah, and it's like anything in that era. I love that time. Not because of segregation or anything like that, but
I love, that's where you go. I love the 60s, not because of the racism, but
speaking of racism,
Oh, God.
so we had a party at my place tonight, and I
was
was
it a
talking
racism
to
party? Is that where you're going with this?
we were burning things.
The Ku Klux
yes.
Klan is alive and well in the Bigger Valley. Yeah, that's where Josh says, "I'm Mormon." He says as he puts his white hood on. Look at me being a Mormon.
Yes. No, but what we were talking about is the fact that because I'm a Freemason now as well, and my father-in-law goes, "Do you go burning crucifixes and chasing blacks out of the neighborhood?" Ha 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 ha. Like, that's not what Masons do, Mark. Not funny.
It's Asians,
not funny at all.
Black people. That's basically what it comes down to. No, Ben, that's crossing a line. I don't Freemasons build things or something like what?
Freemasons are essentially a group of men who want to make themselves better by doing some weird, very interesting ritual.
Like what? What is a weird? Are you allowed to tell me what these rituals are? Because this honestly sounds like you're burning things and scaring black people out of town.
Well, no. It's very much like the Mormon Temple endowment.
So you're not allowed unless you got a membership card.
Yeah, essentially.
So basically, we cannot talk about this on here.
No. It's all just in symbology and that sort of thing, which it's interesting. It's fairly interesting. Do you remember Cameron?
Benny! Yes, Cameron, yes.
No, not Peter!
Not that Cameron. Benny! Joshy!
I don't want to say his full name on air, just in case, but Atkinson. Cameron Atkinson.
I vaguely picture his face in my head, yes. I just see the word Cameron and I just go, Joshy! Sorry.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah, and in all honesty, his voice is tucked away in my head for when I ever do voice acting, because he is just a character all himself.
Is that just like Sebastian Daddy Minogue? Sorry,
but I think, but with that one, with Sebastian's Danny Minogue, I reckon you can do it justice by, because he thinks he's German, so you could go, "Who are you listening to?" Uns Danny Minogue.
No one in the German language has ever uttered the words Danny Minogue. Like, can we just establish that right now? There's no way you can make Danny Minogue sound angry. Like, it's just...
He's like, yeah, Danny Minogue, super fantastic.
Much better than Kylie, yeah? No, Germany.
No.
Anyway, yeah, sorry. So Cameron Atkinson is a Freemason.
Yeah, and there's a few other people from back home who are now Masons. And I thought, oh yeah.
But like, I don't get like why? Like, is it a religious thing? Is it like a thing to just?
No, it's like being a member of like the Rotary Club or the Lions Club.
So you sell nice little lollies to little kids.
No, we do charity stuff. We're just not as in your face about it.
Right. Okay.
And people think we're a secret society that run the world.
I'm picturing that episode of The Simpsons with the stonecutters. You know, who rigs every Oscars night? We do.
My sister-in-law Simone, when she found out that I became a Mason, she sent me a photo of Homer connected to the Rock Triumph.
I love that episode. Oh, I remember when The Simpsons used to be good. That's fun. I haven't been... deliberately. You know what? Actually, no. Tell a lie. I became a member of something on the weekend.
What?
The Woolworths Rewards Club. Actually, no. Hang on. Don't laugh. I also became a member of the library in the last week. The Logan Library of Queensland. Yep. I'm
Holy.
Cool. Do you remember when I used to work at the library in high school? Weren't you glad you were my friend?
I was working with you in the library.
I don't remember you working with me.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, we got all the chicks. At our all-boys high school. We were popular, weren't we?
That's when the closeted gays took you up the back of the library.
Excuse me, I did not hang out with Jaden and Anthony in that when they went that way. Thank you very much. We all know that my group of four, all three of them were gone in a certain direction, and I'm yet to come out yet, and somebody behind me is laughing and is waiting for that to happen. You know what? Actually, can I just point out that Mallory behind me laughing, she said in a Valentine's Day card to me that part of the reason why she loves me is because I'm a bit gay. Yeah. Hi to everyone who I don't know say.
That makes me laugh.
She's a what now, Josh?
She's a keeper.
She's
a keeper right there.
She's a wicket keeper. I seem to be asking everybody this question this week and getting varying responses. Are you excited for the World Cup, Josh?
I can't be fucked, mate. No, to be honest, I am a little bit. Just saying, I think my level of excitement, right? This is where it matches the World Cup and the summit with Kim Jong-un and Trump.
Actually, that's going to be pretty exciting. I kind of am intrigued to see the photo because I think everyone's seen that photo during the week. There was two that came out. It was like Trump just sitting at a table looking nonchalant while what's the name from Germany was just standing over him, like yelling at him, looking very German. And then there was a picture of like Justin Trudeau sitting there, like going, like, "Oh, I'm gonna yell at you because I'm Justin Trudeau," and Donald Trump just sitting there, like, going, "I'm bored." So like, I just want to see this like, picture.
I've heard it before as Trump. Yeah, blah blah blah.
Can we just establish though that like it's going to be hard pressed that if something comes out of this and North Korea, let's hypothetically, does get rid of its nukes, and within a year or two, it's just called Korea, they merge and it's all friendly, like, Donald Trump has done this. So like, they can't take that away from him. Right?
This is the thing, right? Trump, he's a president who actually does stuff. He's not one who gets up and goes, "We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and you know what, blah, 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 blah," and not do it. But like there are numerous presidents where you can do that. And each president is good for something, right? And we all know, like, Obama was good at being black. Trump's good at doing stuff, right? What?
Nothing at all. That's an appropriate statement to say. Keep moving on.
And now, what would you say? George W. was good at
being funny and giving us comedic humor with his dumb sayings. I believe that fish and human beings can coexist in peace and harmony. An exact George W. Bush quote.
No, or just, like seriously, I've been going through like lately the like George Bush's quotes, right? Because they're just freaking awesome.
Go to YouTube, and David Letterman used to do a weekly segment. Or there's a nightly segment, great moments in president's speeches, like history. So he would get, like, you know, you would see John F. Kennedy, you know, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do," like all the great speeches. And then he would shove George W. Bush in there. And like, just, there's like a compilation of them on there, and like the fish and animal, the human beings one. And he gets there and he's trying to like do that, you know, "You fool me, shame on you, fool me," whatever it is. So he gets there and he's like, "You fool me once, shame on you. You fool me again. You can't get fooled again." One of the funniest ones is when he's coming out of like the Air Force helicopter and he's carrying his dog and he drops his dog on his head and he just keeps walking. And there's another one, he just keeps walking and he just like spits. He like hucks a gourmet on the side. This is the thing. I remember when Bush was president, it was like, "Oh, he's so dumb. Like, oh, this is such an embarrassment." But like, everyone misses George W. Bush now because he was
cool. Like, so he was like one of my favorite things that he ever said. Like, it was after the Pope gave a sermon. It wasn't just like it was like during mass or something like that. And Bush gets up and goes, "Thank you, Your Holiness. Great speech. Awesome."
Well, this is the thing, like, you rank all the last few. So, like, Clinton was kind of like your creepy uncle that's going to hit on anything with boobs. and then probably
Yeah.
try and do more. George W. Bush
like,
is like the cool, lame uncle that's just a bit dumb, but, you know, you love him because he's just a bit special. Obama's like the cool guy you just want to hang out with and shoot hoops with, and Donald...
He's like you know who will play him in his biopic is Will Smith.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. And then Trump, well, he's Trump. He's Trump. He's Trump.
Yeah, but Trump, like, that's the thing, but Trump is actually getting stuff done.
But not all of it's good.
He's doing his best. He can only do what he can do in the political climate of America. Like, there are certain things that he needs to get Congress to push through, and when there's so many Democrats in front of it, that's the hard part. And then when you've got Republicans who are absolute wankers who will not actually vote with their party, nothing will get done.
You
just
do
like what's
also
happening
have
here.
a guy who can, like, just say whatever he wants with, doesn't care, and, you know, accusing Canada of burning down the White House. Like, I mean, he just, like, I mean, come on, Josh. Like, it's all well and good to be fans of people, but I mean, this guy he needs to calm down on the things he says sometimes.
I know, don't get me wrong. He does say some pretty funny stuff, and then it's just going to be. That's what it's going to be. Like, we're going to be talking about this, say, 5-6 years down the track. Oh, I remember when Trump was president. We used to read his Twitter, and it was like this racist uncle who would you'd never invite him anywhere because he's just like, black people.
I think it's entertaining. The most entertaining thing I find is just watching people's reaction to everything. Like, you know, in this day and age of social media and everything. But like, I guarantee you that in 2 years' time, 2.5 years' time, when there's a new president, whether it's President Oprah, President Michelle Obama, President Kanye West, whoever it is.
I hope to hell it's not Oprah.
Well, that we basically
could you imagine her
are
at the UN? She'll be at the UN, right? And you'll be like, look what Oprah's got for you. Look under your seat. You've got a nuke. You've got a nuke. We've all got nukes.
We've all got freedom. But like, everyone's going to be saying in a few years' time how boring the next president is. Like, oh God, we've got nothing to talk about. Like, all the late night show hosts are going to be like, yeah, President Oprah today hugged a child. Like, it's just going to be boring. It's not like what we've got in Australia. Like, when do you ever hear anybody, like, I swear to God, in my entire lifetime, this is the one period of my life that I never hear anything reported on our Prime Minister. Like, it's legitimately like, oh, that's right, we have a leader. Like, because Malcolm Turnbull, I like him. He doesn't do anything.
No, I well, you know how I feel about Turnbull. This is the weird thing. He's a liberal. You love him. I hate him.
Love him. I like him.
Yeah, he's not Rudd. Like, seriously, I would vote for Rudd again if he ran.
Oh,
and to be honest, there is even talks that John Howard's going to run again.
God, I'm glad I'm leaving this country. He's coming back in. Ben, what do you say? Little Johnny. Oh, God, no. Isn't he like about 90 and dead now? I mean, for God's sakes.
He still does his jogs.
Oh, God. I will say, one thing I do like about John Howard is his little jogs and his little track suits. And, you know, that when he tries to bowl cricket balls, like, that's kind of funny.
Oh, that's not Kevin Rudd playing handball in the schoolyard.
Fair shake of the old sauce bottle, Josh. The funniest video of all time, though, with him is just that outtake one when he was trying to do the Chinese translation. It's like, someone get this fucking thing working.
What I found, what was it there? I was watching, like, so, you know, we were talking about John Safran before. Yes. I mean, talks with his management and all that sort of stuff. And he did a segment on his series John Safran versus God, where he went up to Parliament steps and he was talking to all these young MPs. Like, he was talking to, like, what's that Tasmanian guy, Dick
Adams?
Is it Dick? Dick Adams. Julia Gillard, when she was just an MP, and like going up and doing like weird things, saying that they were vampires. And he walked up to one of the step meetings where Kevin Rudd was giving something. This is when he was just an MP. He wasn't a minister. He was just an MP. And he goes, Mr. Rudd, are you a vampire? And Rudd's reaction, his comeback was awesome. He goes, that's a very interesting question. I find it very inconceivable that someone would approach an MP during a step meeting, asking them if they're a vampire whilst resembling one, and then walked away.
That's like, it's funny you say that, because I remember I rewatched all the Chasers stuff maybe a couple of years ago, and it was a similar thing, because like, you know, back in like 2003 when they did CNN and they would go to like Parliament House, and there was interviews with just Kevin Rudd MP and Julia Gillard, and back, you know, when Tony Abbott was like the health minister and things like that, and you're like, holy crap, these people are like going on, and even like, you know, Malcolm Turnbull, of course, he was like the head of the Republican movement in 90s. It's weird to see just, you know, these people that, I mean, who's going to be, is Barnaby Joyce going to be Prime Minister in 10 years' time?
I doubt it. He'll be taking his son to cricket practice. You know what? That's something that's really pissed me off. It was like the amount of attention that's been given to him.
Well, that sums up politics right now with this country, Josh, because nothing's happening. We only care about some ex-deputy prime minister's had sex with his secretary. That's about it.
No, it's just like, who gives a crap? Do you know what? We had a very... no, I don't want to say exciting. It was a tragic incident happened in the Bega Valley last week. It was Friday, not Friday a few nights ago, Friday a week ago, where a dickhead he stabbed his grandma and his grandfather, stole a car, knocked the guy's head off with a hammer, and there was a massive manhunt, and they blocked off like 20 k's of road because he went off road and they couldn't find. They found him in the end, charged him with murder and all that sort of crap. Yeah, there was more in the news about this stupid interview than there was about this incident happened here. And it was one of the guys, the guy who got carjacked and died, he was a former police officer in the area, so it was a local legend sort of thing. And it's like, hold on, there's more important things happening. Who gives a crap about a guy who cheats on his missus and then gets a staffer pregnant? Who gives a crap? We don't need it. We don't care. It's
2018 where, you know, everything just happens and it's just, you will just wonder, why is this news?
Yeah, but then you got people who go, oh, don't talk to me about that. I'll get triggered. And I'll go into, I need a safe space. And like,
don't listen to this show.
Seriously, back in the 40s, right? 18-year-olds.
Can I just say, Josh, is that another one of your favourite eras? Not all the Nazi stuff, but I love the 40s.
Yeah, but listen, just hear me out on this, right? In the 40s, 18-year-olds were in boats getting ready to storm the beaches at Normandy, all right? Fair call, it's factual. Now, 18-year-olds need a safe space because words hurt.
You've seen that. I think you shared that video, didn't you, of John Cleese talking about political correctness and things being offensive. Yeah.
Well, Billy Connolly famously said that political correctness is the language of cowardice.
That's a good way of summing it up. I like that.
It is. And like, you can't make a joke now without having to have a group of lawyers. Like, look what happened to Roseanne Barr, where she tweeted something about. It was like she said one racist thing, and yet now she's got an entire show cancelled.
Well, you know, it's the world we live in, and I mean, is it just going to keep going downwards, or is it just all of a sudden going to hit peak stupidity, and then all of a sudden it's, you know, back to normality?
I don't think we're ever going to get back to normality, to be honest.
Well, I mean, who knows? In 10 years' time, we might be thinking, I remember back in 2018 when things were good.
Yeah. Oh, you can't say brown anymore because that's racist.
Well, I'm surprised where you're living, your street's still allowed to be a street.
We've got a lake at the end that's called Blackfellas Lake, so I think that's fine. You know, it's funny. I was at football the other night, and I kicked the ball, and I was like, oh, man, that was gay. And someone said, you can't say that. Why? It was a gay kick. It was gay. But it could be offensive. Said, who on this who in our club is gay? Point them out to me. And then he said, over here, he's gay. I said, all right, Daryl, come over here. I kicked the ball, and I showed him how I kicked it, and he goes, yeah, that was pretty gay. So,
I mean, okay, fair enough.
But seriously, this How often, like you can think of things that you could say, like Naomi, right, my wife, and she went and did a thing in America where she was a counselor at a summer camp, and she was asked to do eeny, meeny, money, mo. Now in Australia, I don't know about you.
Yeah, I know where you're going with it. Yep.
Okay, you learnt the rhyme with the N word, correct?
No. I learnt the rhyme where they replaced the N word with Tigger. And I never knew what it originally was until I learnt it when I was older. But when I grew up, it was catch a Tigger by the toe.
Okay. Well, I went to kindergarten in New South Wales.
What's wrong with that? Mallory's going off at me for it.
That's what it was.
Yeah, the original was catch a N-word by the toe. Yeah, there you go, see?
Okay. So in New South Wales, that's what we were taught. So when I'm like grade 1, grade 2,
New South Wales.
So I remember my school teacher saying it, right? And so Naomi's over in America, and she's like, "Can you do any, meeny, mo?" So she does it, and they're like, "Oh, you can't say that." And she's like, "What do you guys say then?"
I remember in prep when you used to say "easy peasy Japanesey." And then that we were told off for saying that in like when we were like 6 or 7, like don't say that, that's racist. But my introduction to the N word, can I just point this out, is that no it's
the N word.
It's an interesting story because I had a friend in primary school and we were in our library and we were going through all these books and we found a book on the country of Niger in Africa, Niger, Niger. But we thought it was pronounced the N-word, and we didn't know. We were probably like 7. We honestly didn't know that was a bad word. That was just like saying toilet. Like it's a word to us. So we would go around the school calling each other the N-word. And then one time at dinner, I remember my sister and I were having an argument, and I turned around and flat out said in front of my parents, "Oh, shut up, Lindsay, you N-word." And you can imagine that went down well.
Especially with your progressive parents. That would have been fantastic.
Like, speaking of which, like, she got me into trouble when I was younger because, like, you know, as a little kid, you just, like, rhyme words. You're just sitting there going, like, cluck, duck, nuck, suck, duck. But, like, you're little, you're dumb. You just don't know what you're saying. So, like, I was doing that one time, and I'm just, like, going, cluck, duck, ruck, 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 fuck. And, I'm like, 5, don't know what it means. Oh, I'm telling on you. I got into trouble because for the first time in my life, I uttered the F word. And apparently it was a bad, like, what? I didn't know that was a bad word.
So, kids don't know that. And, like, Alex is the same, right? You know, my 4-year-old, he, like, couldn't say certain words. Like, so truck was F-U-C-K. Broken. Broken was F-U-C-K-I-G. And dinosaur was dog, S-H-I-T. And so
how is dinosaur translate to dog shit?
That's how he
Daddy, can we go watch Jurassic Park? I love all the dog shits in it.
Yeah, but this is how he was only 1 at the time when he was saying this. And he had a monster truck toy that was a dinosaur. And he came into our room one morning, and it was broken. And all he said, and I'll say the normal words, you can fill in the blanks with his language, was broken dinosaur truck. And it was
broken dog shit fuck.
No, broken was effing. So it's like it was effing dog shit.
See, this is the thing. I'm going to be a terrible father. And I really hope Mallory's listening
encourage
to this,
that.
because I'm a person who I swear a lot. Like I'm Australian. I'm proud of it. I swear a lot. I can control myself. I'm good at it around certain people. But that is so true. Did I swear in front of your mother? No, I did not. But like I remember when Lindsay first had Link, you couldn't even say the word fart in front of like a 3-month-old baby that's staring at going, "I'm a baby." Like, I mean, as if Link's going to get to like my age. "Oh, I can't I can't stop saying fart because I was taught it as a 3-month-old. But she was so like, ow.
Yes,
but
my,
yet you
my
go
uncle,
around,
my uncle was so vulgar.
but
he
you would
say
go around
fart.
to her house, to which her and her husband are partial to death metal screamo, where everything's like, fucking shit, fuck. And like just sitting there waiting for dinner to cook, Link's in the crib going, duh, I'm a baby. And then all of a sudden in the background, you've got Adam listening to, fucking rip your fucking guts out and piss down your throat. And I'm like, yeah, okay then.
That's no. Well, your sister's weird. Okay,
Well,
she's not my sister. But she's weird.
I didn't say that. Anything else to add? Because we're going to come back and we're going to sing. I'm so excited.
We are.
You and
We are. I'm not. But
You're not excited.
I said yes.
Why aren't you excited?
I said yes. I think that's enough, right?
You gave consent. It's not. Stop it.
And I said yes, but I didn't want it to happen. Trigger warning.
That's
warning.
all right.
There,
5
guys.
minutes time, you'll accuse me of forced singing, and then I'll go to jail. Josh, thank you. We'll sing with you very soon.
Well, thank you, Benny.
This week, it is another episode where we're going to play this.
It's that time of the week to play everybody's favorite game show. It's Forget the Lyrics here on the Brink on Edge Radio. Over to the studio.
Oh, it's Forget the Lyrics. But you know what's even more exciting is that this isn't flashback Forget the Lyrics. This is brand spanking 2018 new. And it's so real, it's so excited that we've even got this man back on the line to do it again. It's the first time I think Josh has done this in like 50,000 years. Hello, Josh. Welcome back.
I'll tell you what, this is big, mate. This is bigger than when the Spice Girls got back together for something that didn't happen.
Yes.
This is bigger than NSYNC. This is bigger than Backstreet Boys. Heck, this is bigger than some dude who sang really well back in the 40s.
One of your favourite eras,
Okay.
as we've discovered. Now, we're going to do a special one this week for a couple of reasons. Firstly, Josh doesn't really listen to much popular music, so he doesn't really know songs unless it's sung by DC Talk. So we have decided to...
Screw you, bitch.
Mallory just said in the background that DC Talk is a good band, and I'm questioning our relationship. But we also need to pay tribute to the late Eunice Gayson, as well as the very late Roger Moore. It's been a year since he died. So we're going to do James Bond songs this week. I'm surprised we actually haven't done all of the James Bond songs. We've only done about 5 or 6 of them. But I think you've been involved in the majority of them. But we're going to do a solo each. We're going to do a duet together. And then Mallory can't really rank us because she's not going to be here Josh's side of things. But Mallory's going to come up with the subjects. And then we can sort of give each other points in a way. But are you excited for this, Josh? Because it's been some time.
Listeners, yeah, you know what? I was just thinking. Back in the day when we would do the duets, we used to actually talk about who's doing what. We haven't actually planned on who's doing what in the duet yet. So this is going to be...
It's there's going to be some tricky editing.
We're going to screw this up.
Yeah, probably.
There is. Which one are we doing first?
Well, I was going to say we'll do the duet last. So one of us will go solo first. Do you want to go solo first? I'll dump you in it.
No, you go solo first. I've got to load up the
You've got to load up on what? What are you doing?
I'm going to load up. You know what I'm going to load up on.
That sounds very wrong. So the James Bond theme that I have chosen is the 1987 classic by the Norwegians, Norway's greatest ever band, a-ha. It is the Living Daylights. Can I just point out, the acoustic version of a-ha's Take On Me is quite effective in Deadpool 2. But this is the karaoke version I'll be singing, The Living Daylights. Now, Mallory in the background is going to come up with the subject matter in just a second. She's come up with one. I'm nervous. How are you feeling I'm going to go here, Josh? I don't know if you want to psych me out here or anything, or...
You know what? I could be just like the dude off the X Factor.
Simon
Cowell.
Cowell.
You know what, Ben? Yeah, Simon Cowell. Look, I'm Simon Cowell right now, and you know what, Ben? I'm not excited. I must say, I'm not excited. I sound more like Christopher Caine or Michael Caine.
Michael
right now,
Caine, all of a sudden. Anyway, so people should know how this works. If you don't, then why the hell are you listening to The Brink? Mallory doesn't know how to work. Okay, well, we've chosen our karaoke versions. You're going to tell me a subject. I have to sing about the subject you told me, and I've got to use none of the original words, which you don't know this song, so you can't judge me. Josh does. Now, Josh, you're not going to hear the audio of the song on your side, but you'll hear me singing. So just play along with it. You know the song.
Oh, yeah.
But when you listen back to this, you will hear the song, if all that is making sense. All right. Mallory Foster in the background. What is my subject I have to sing about?
Your 10 favorite things about me.
My 10 favorite things about Mallory. What's the appropriate level of this?
Very.
Oh, damn it. Well, that takes two things out. Her eyes and nose.
And the right one.
Get your mind out of the gutter. All right. 10 favorite things about Mallory to the Living Daylights by Aha. Holy crap. All right. Are we all ready? And judges ready? Skaters ready? Gladiators ready? I miss Gladiators. You remember Gladiators?
Gladiator's awesome, man. I remember that.
Cheetah was hot. Anyway.
No, I concur.
Yes, good. And Vulcan was cool. All right, here we go. He was in the world, it's not enough. The Living Daylights singing my 10 favourite things about Mallory. Okay. That was a good song. I hope this has got lyrics on the screen, otherwise I'm going to be screwed. Alright, here we go. Hey Mallory, where are you going? Up to the shop to do some sewing. Maybe I should look at you next. Find out what my favorite things are. This is the high pitch bit, isn't it? Oh shit. She's got nice eyes and they're really nice to see. Her hair is pretty even though it doesn't go to her knee. I also like the way she does smelly things out of a bum. That's a weird one, but we're past the number one. Mallory's top 10 things. I'm going to sing high pitch now. Top 10 things about Mallory. This is really awkward when you two can't hear the music. Alright, I've done 3 things. It's time to get through 7 more. She has nice clothes that are pretty. She's also got a cute bum. I meant to sing about things that are appropriate. Taking away a few things, such as things that I can't sing about. She's a good cook and she makes decent cordial. She also snores occasionally, which is okay because it's not as much as me. Mallory's top 10 things. I think I've got 3 more to go, don't I? She has a cute mole on her chin. There we go, that's 8. She likes football. That's 9. Oh no, I've run out of words. Oh no, it's the instrumental bit. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. I really want to know what people in this house are thinking is happening right now. I don't know what's going on. Play the synthesizer, Josh. Keep going. That's good. Yo. I'll rap. Mallory, she's sitting on the bed. She likes to look at a shed. But before you know it... Oh shit, there's more words. I've got 2 more one more, two more, one more. Shit. I'll say two more if it gets me to 11. She has a nice backpack that has lots of stuff in it. Mallory's backpack. And if I need to say one thing more, she has a pretty phone cover. Okay. Am I finished? We keep going. There's only a few more lyrics. Mallory's got more than 10 things that I like about her. There's a lot more to say about her. I think I've lost the tune of this song. Let's just be honest. Mallory has nice things about her. Really played out the song.
Far out. That was an epic.
What three things weren't about you? Oh, it's playing again. Well, they were about you. You own them. All right.
Picky.
Piggy?
I said picky.
Oh, picky.
P-I-C-K-Y, not P-I-G-G-I-E.
I like the way when I put her nose up like a pig, she snorts for me. It's cute.
What you do in the bedroom should stay off the podcast.
All right, what do I get out of 10? I don't know who I'm asking.
Mate, that was so bad it gave me cancer.
It was so bad it gave you cancer. Wow. Jesus, Josh, you crossed the line.
Okay, no, but saying that, okay, my judgment comes off the fact that all I heard was you.
All you heard was me. That's true. That's true. You didn't hear Aha's great music in the background. Mallory, did you just give me a 4? That's bullshit. I don't like you anymore. I'm taking 3 of those things off that I like about you. Josh, what do I get?
I'm giving you a 2.
Oh God, you both suck.
One because I don't like giving a 0, and 2 because
you gave me a 2.
Yeah, give me 2.
All right, over to you then, Mister. You are going to be singing 2.
Golden
Bono and the Edge or Tina Turner?
Tina Turner. We're going Nutbush City on this.
Nutbush City limit. Simply the best. So nice, and Tina Turner wrote a song about me. Anyway, all right. Am I giving you a topic or is Mallory? I'm glad Josh is laughing at that.
Nutbush.
Hang on a second, Josh. Mallory in the background is saying that you can sing about. How much, Josh, do you know about Disney?
Tell what does she want me to sing about, and I'll say if I know.
What do you do? This is great podcasting, by the way. What do you want Josh to sing about? Well,
just tell me what, and I'll see if I can.
No, this isn't a pick and choose. If she gives you a subject, you sing about it.
No, I feel bad.
I don't feel bad.
Okay, I'll keep this
Okay.
subject for the lightning round.
The lightning round? What game do you think
We
we're
don't
playing?
do the lightning round. Like, we're not going to sing like a 2-minute song in 30 seconds. That's just stupid.
Yes, Mallory?
I have a 10 things one too.
10 things.
No, can't do that one.
10
No, what's it? Tell the
Okay, no, Josh, stop, Josh. 10 favourite Star Wars moments.
Oh,
I knew you'd like that one. Give him the easy
hard
one.
one. That's a one.
There's no lightning round. What game are we playing? It's a duet.
We're doing the solo.
All right. Okay. The thing is, Mallory cannot hear anything right now, so this is not going to be anything. All right, Josh. Oh, God damn it. Hang on. Mallory is coming up next to me.
I'm ready.
Okay. Josh, I'm counting you in. Press play in 3, 2, 1.
Hold on. I'm not ready.
He's only had like 10 minutes to prepare this.
This
is why no one listens to us. Are you ready?
Piss off.
Don't tell me to piss off. I'm religious. I'm a stonemason. All right, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Danny Minogue. You won't believe the music.
Anakin murdering younglings. making him more in the dark side. Jar Jar dying that we never see. This is the 10 things I like about Star Wars movies. Obi-Wan murdering Maul. Commander Cody shooting Obi-Wan. I've lost count already, but this is for Star Wars. The best movie series, second to James Bond. I always love Natalie Portman in that ripped white shirt too. Anakin getting burnt to a crisp in the end of episode 3. My favourite part, is the Ewoks kicking off the Empire. Darth Maul then cut into 2 pieces, and the Emperor getting chucked down into a pit. I think that's 10. I really do.
Are you done? Or you keep going?
There's more Star Wars music coming on.
Hang on, I don't know if he's stopping.
Solo was alright,
What?
but I don't know. I'm going to end it now.
Alright, I heard the crowd cheering. The fact you didn't... Oh, he hung up on us. Wow. That,
I don't know what happened. No, my computer just went, I'm going to take a shit on your
You just got
brain.
so disillusioned that you decided to hang up on us. Can I just point out the sad fact that you did not mention Luke, I am your father as a favourite moment of Star Wars?
Stuff you.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought I did
every
well.
moment that
I
he
think
mentioned-
the fact. Okay, no. I think the fact that I mentioned kids getting murdered as my first one
True.
is an epic win.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That's a valid point. So,
Now, no, my question here, right? Okay, this is a valid question. Mallory, how many Star Wars movies have you seen?
Don't ask that question.
she hasn't seen any
How the hell can she judge?
because she has.
Because I can count to 10, unlike some other people in the Skype call.
Don't be friends to the
Both of
Milo
us
Cam.
suck. Okay, I know.
Okay, I'm giving you a 3.
Go. Okay, well, stuff you, Mallory.
I am also giving you a 3.
Yes.
Collectively, I got more than you, Ben.
No, you got the same.
Don't worry, we'll settle it in your duel.
All right, you need to let go of the headphones right now because.
Okay. What? Okay. What is our duel
Okay.
going to be? What's
Well,
our?
first of all, this is a really weird thing for you to be able to write on me while I'm trying to sing. What is the subject of the duel?
Alright, so you can rock, paper, scissors to decide who represents which side.
No,
of
we
your
can't
duel.
do both sides. It's got to be the one subject for the song. It doesn't make sense.
It's a debate.
Oh, it's a debate. Oh, look at this. We're getting fancy on Forget the Lyrics now.
No. Don't do the sides because this could be something Ben and I could be on different sides of the fence of.
What's the
'Cause
debate?
we're good at debating and arguing
Is it about
one
you?
another.
No, it's not about me.
For once.
It's about Disney movies.
Oh, God. Which one? I've not seen.
Okay, go.
Well, I was going to
tell
do
us.
Frozen and Tangled, but then I
I've
decided
never
you're
seen
both
either of
old
them.
men, so...
Ouch.
Okay, so
it's going to
I
be Cinderella and
have
Snow
children.
White.
The only time I've seen Frozen is on certain websites, which I'm not meant to watch. But what are the Snow White and Cinderella?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen.
What do we? No, we haven't seen those
Very
ones.
basic stories.
So who's debating? Can we do like the Lion King versus Moana or something like that?
Yeah, I like that
I'm
one.
doing Team Lion King.
Okay, Team Moana then, because the Rock's in it.
Okay, deal.
Deal. All right. So who's singing first?
So you're going to do the first verse and I'll do the second verse?
Yeah. So I'll do from the first bit to the first chorus, and then you.
So you'll finish the first chorus.
I'll let
and I'll
you
do
know
the next.
when. This is great podcasting again. I will let you know when I'm about to hand over to you. The thing is that I need to do that is because I need to fade out the music on my side so I can do some fancy editing later. So anyway, the point is, I will start. We need to hit play at the same time. We're being so technical here. Just both our listeners are thrilled. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I got Peter on it. Peter's on it. Okay.
Brilliant. Good camera on the line. Gorgeous. All right. So we're gonna count to 3. Count down from 3. And on the word go, I will hit play. Okay? We're good?
Yep.
Mallory, good?
Yes, I just need to be able to hear.
Okay. And the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, go. Anytime I actually appreciated Dill. Roar, I'm a lion. Kuna Matata. What a better phrase than you're welcome. The Lion King. The greatest Disney movie ever made. It has lots of lions in it. And some Timon animals, meerkats. And the one that Pumbaa is, because this is the Lion King. Warthog. It's so much better than Moana. Don't need the Rock in it because you've got Rowan Atkinson. And Mallory doesn't know who Rowan Atkinson is. Go piss off back to the other side of the room. Because the Lion King has more storyline. It makes you cry in it. Because, spoiler alert, Mufasa dies. And then Simba cries. It's Jonathan Taylor Thomas, remember him? Then it's Matthew Broderick and other cool people because it's the Lion King. And I'm going to fade down now because Josh is going to take over. The Lion King.
I see you're Rowan Atkinson. Playing a bluebird with a big beak. But Alan Tudyk does a better bird. That's a chicken in it, didn't you know? Lion King is a rip-off of the play Hamlet. And the Rock is cooler than a lion. Let's see the Islanders go against a lava monster. Not a creepy uncle with a weird nickname. 'Cause Moana is better.
Alright, just bring this home, because that's bullshit. You're full of it. Your Newcastle and New South Wales brain. Stupid. I'm going for Richmond. Okay, no. Okay, you didn't, because you didn't sing about Moana. You simply talked down the Lion King. You barely mentioned anything about it, and you just talked about my movie. Which means that I'm winning this. Because it's better than Moana. Moana's based on nothing more than stupid things, and that little girl's weird and I don't like it. You sing this last bit.
And I'm the best. You're in a vest. And Moana is better than the Lion King. Let's look at all himself. But Django Fett was also in it. he was her father. Didn't you know? In the island, they like coconuts, not bugs.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, sung by Rowan Atkinson in The Lion King. Can I just say, that is extremely difficult. I have a girl hanging off my ear, I've got you in the background, I've got everything happening in my head, and it's just a regular Monday for me. So, yeah, but
I think I did well.
Mallory, you gave up halfway through. What score are you giving us, Mallory?
Both get 2.5.
Why do we both get 2.5? I was so much better than Josh.
You named a bunch of people.
No, I think I rebutted.
I
your
named
claims
a bunch of people that she didn't know. So she doesn't know who Matthew Broderick is. She doesn't know who Jonathan Taylor Thomas is. Rowan Atkinson. It's not my fault you're a baby.
Did she live under a rock?
She lives under a rock because she was born 2 years after The Lion King came out.
Yeah, but that's bullcrap. Seriously, look, like if she can, I bet you there was a moose that lived in her neighbourhood that she named, and she knows, and she expects us to know. She can know who Mr. Bean is. She can know.
Can I just say, I don't know if that's slightly racist against Canadians, but he said that there's a moose that lives in your neighbourhood that you're expected we should know or something. I don't know. Anyway, that was fun. We should do that again.
With a song that has equal choruses.
Yes, and we need to plan that out a little bit better. Josh, always a pleasure. Thank you for ruining music with me tonight.
Oh, always, mate. Always.
Alrighty, we've had a lot going on in this episode. 2 weeks ago we heard this one go, food. A week ago we heard her say, cookies. This week she's going to say...
Sleep.
I knew she was going to say that. Have you had a fun time this week?
It's been wonderful, Ben.
It's been wonderful.
Thank you for letting me co-host this episode with you.
Do
we call them episodes?
Yes, we do. What else would we call them?
I don't know. Stop it.
Stop what?
Hurting me.
Oh, that was a bit bubbly.
Really gross. It sounded like you puked in your mouth.
Oh, I really almost did there. Well, again, it's not the first time people listen to this often puke in their mouth. What is going to be this part of the show? What do we need to say to people?
We need to say...
Oh, that tastes disgusting.
That...
Oh. You know when you do a burp and it tastes really bad? Oh.
It's really not enjoying life right now. Are you sure it's not the taste of the Gatorade
Could be.
that's tasting bad right now? Please like us on Facebook.
Yes. Not on YouTube. We don't. No, Instagram.
Follow us.
I don't even know what we have now.
On Twitter.
Mm.
Subscribe to us.
Subscribe, not subscribe. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
It's coming from the person who makes fun of me for not saying shy.
Still can't say it.
She-eyed.
Subscribe on YouTube. And Whooshka.
Hey, I've got an idea that we can close this out with. We should do, or should we do this for another thing? You got to hear the start of an AFL song, and within 20 seconds, you've got to guess what club it is.
Okay.
You down for this shit?
I'm ready.
And then we're going to close out. All right. So let's hear.
If you wanna follow us on Insta, just follow Ben at NYC55David.
Thank you.
Underscore? No. No underscore?
NYC55 David is me.
Yes.
All right, you ready? What club is this song from?
Is this the Suns one?
Nope. You're about to hear it.
Oh, GWS.
Correct. All right. What's this one? Arguably the best song in the AFL. Come on.
It's the Tigers.
But where are they from? Richmond.
They won
Correct.
last year, right?
They did. Well done. All right, you heard this one before?
This is the Port Adelaide.
Correct. I'm not playing Hawthorns. I am definitely not playing theirs.
It's the Brisbane one.
Correct.
We like that song. This is the Carlton song.
There we go.
It's the one that's on Ben's face.
She doesn't even
That
know
is
it because she's like, what is it?
song.
She knows this one. When it
Yes,
wants
the
to play, it's
silence
great.
sounds so good.
Yep.
Dum, 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 dum.
What is it?
Oh, the Bulldogs.
just-
The West. Is it just Western
Western Bulldogs, yep.
Bulldogs?
Don't know if you know this one.
Is it Adelaide?
Yep. There you go. I don't know if you've ever heard that one before.
I don't think so.
Guess this one. Oh, actually, you've not heard this version of this one before. So this one might take you a little bit longer to get. Because I'll say, the version you've heard, they had to change it. Listen to what they're saying.
This is Fremantle?
It is. This is. They had to shorten, because this was their original song, which everyone hated. Which is, they just cut that bit before they get to this bit.
This is the good part.
Alright. Arguably, this song is maybe the worst song next to the Port Adelaide one. This might be even worse. And I don't like this club either, but we're going to wait to play.
Is it Collingwood? Essendon? West Coast?
Yep. They've got like 3 lyrics in their whole song. Who haven't we played?
Collingwood?
Well,
Essendon?
Well, we're not playing Essendon. You've heard Essendon before.
Collingwood?
Actually, I know one you probably won't know. I don't think you would have ever heard this one
St
before.
Kilda?
St Kilda's really easy. I don't think you know this one.
This sounds like something you'd hear at Disneyland. I like this song.
That's it.
Melbourne.
North Melbourne.
North Melbourne.
Kangaroos. Alright, speaking of Melbourne. Did I just give that away? When it wants to play. They should have won today, but sadly they didn't.
Melbourne.
I actually don't mind the Melbourne song.
It's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag.
No.
I like the other one better.
Okay. This
St
is,
Kilda?
yeah, this is... St Kilda's is probably the easiest because they haven't really changed the lyrics of the song.
Oh.
Alright, try this one on for size. She's looking.
I think it might be the cat song.
Are you sure? Alright, I think we're running out of teams here. We haven't done this one. Who's red and white?
Oh. I know this.
She's looking.
I know this.
Never said it. Swans will...
Oh, Sydney. The Sydney Swans.
I don't actually think they say Sydney in the actual song though. There you go. Alright, we'll do one more. One more for Miss Mallory Forster as we close out this episode. Oh, come on! You gotta know this.
Oh, of course I know this. This is an LAFL. You're cheating.
I know,
You're
but
cheating. You swapped into a different sport.
I ran out of all the AFL songs for you.
NRL.
This is NRL. Anyway.
No, it's the Sharkies.
Alright, close this out properly now.
Okay.
You meant to say the bit.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to remember what the bit is.
Oh my god.
Keep sucking those oranges, Hobart, and good night.
See.